you, buddy. I'm not having any. I just my backpack. Oh, it's quite fucking me. Hi.
Erin has been here the whole time.
I was here. I was prepared. Oh, hang on. Check.
Check.
Is the thing on? There we go. Hang on. Am I back? Oh, I'm back.
You're back.
We're back.
Back again.
Welcome. Is this one on?
Hello.
Oh, it is on. Hi. Hey Mel, I decided. I decided right in that moment just before about how to start each session, and I'm just letting you know now because you aren't aware
Is
of
that
this
you
right now.
running in to the room, nearly tripping over and trying to get on your chair?
Not that one, no. But I was going to say, what would you like to share? Any wins this week for yourself? Weekly wins.
Weekly wins.
Weekly wins to start off each stream. I feel like that's a good thing.
I don't have a win immediately, but I do have 2 points of commentary. My first point of commentary is that I didn't get to see Erin in her undies this week.
You can see from here down, can't you?
Yeah, okay.
We'll do that later.
It's the after party. Tier 3s only. Subscribe now. Oh, and my camera has died.
Yeah.
Good start. Hang on.
Hello, friends. That's okay. Take your time. Shane, do you see what I'm wearing? Ding, ding, ding. Courtesy of Shane.
Courtesy of Shane, you say?
What's happened, Casey? Thank you, Shane, for my earrings. They're awesome. I'm so happy with them. Sup, Casey? Dan? It is water, but it isn't water. There's a floaty in it. I think that came out of my mouth. Oh well, it is what it is.
Did it now?
I think it was the meat I was eating before.
Christ, Erin.
I don't know if you saw me sitting there. I was scoffing down. I was like, Mel is going to be so disgusted right now. Because I'm like, quick, eat it. And I was throwing like the fats to Harley. And I was like, oh God, I look like such a cave person right now. I look like I've just totally... I think I was like, I've totally
my camera should be back. Why is it not showing on your stream? It is showing to me. I'm looking.
Producer Simon. So
Producer
Dan,
Simon.
this is what is this again?
Raspberry tea.
Raspberry tea. I went and bought raspberry tea bags from the Coles. Yeah.
Coles.
Yeah, it's really good. It's raspberry and strawberry, and then a little bit of stevia. And it sweetened it up. I was like, yes.
You're not showing, Mel.
I know. I thought I would refresh and see if that fixes it.
I think I know what it was. Mel's camera got so overwhelmed at the thought of me revealing my underwear, and it went TOS. No,
it was actually the cat, but whatever helps you sleep at night.
Telly's like subbing to tier 3.
It's weird because I can see myself on stream together.
I can't.
Hang on. Okay, let me refresh this.
Erin and Simon, PSA, public service announcement. Yes? Oh, good news. Finally got in with a psychiatrist who actually believes in ADHD in adults. Back on my meds. Nice. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Rock and roll. Oh, Maxie's like, if you ever get offered a gig at the Redlands Bay Hotel, don't take it.
Ooh. How come, Maxie?
Tell us in private. Separate stream.
It's giving defamation. Why is that not working?
Oh, why would you send me that, Shane?
I know, I got the same.
There we go.
Okay.
Shane.
There we go. Good-o.
We should be back. There.
Now nobody touch anything.
Uh,
That's at me, mostly.
So, tell us about your win. Your comments on your win. Welcome to the ADHD stream, friends.
What
you don't
happened
see.
this week? It was a really weird, long week.
Yeah.
I had a baller nap. I got 8 hours of sleep every night this week. That's my win. That hasn't happened in well over a year.
Nice.
So there we go. What's your win, Erin?
Hang on, got sick of spending $500 each time someone, yeah, big time. My win, I think it's going to be pretty obvious. I had another idea of a win, but I can't remember what it was. So I've defaulted to the original one because there was another. I had two. I was like, oh yes, that's definitely a win. It was a minor one. I had one minor one. Maybe it was like that I had a shower last night after I came home, and I was so proud of myself. And changed the sheets because Simon's like, we need to have a shower. I'm like, it's hot and I feel sweaty. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, we're changing the sheets because we're going to shower before we get into the thing. We need to change the sheets because I do not want to be getting into the sheets that have probably been sweaty from the last couple of really hot nights.
Yeah.
Change sheets. I love
that.
changing the sheets
Changing
and having
the
a
sheets
shower
is
and
the
getting
best.
And then
It's
obviously
the best. It's also
It
my
is.
least favorite chore though. Like it's the worst thing to do, but has the best results.
Oh, I remembered what it was now. Oh no, it wasn't
What
that.
was it?
No, it was a different discussion I was going to have. Never mind, something separate.
Never mind.
See, funny you say
I
that.
was just taking some ibuprofen. Sorry.
That's okay. I am that, and I think this maybe it's one of those things where it's like when I'm like we're changing the sheets and it's like at the most inappropriate time, or is it though? Because it's usually late at night when we've got home. It's like 2:00 in the morning. Simon's like, I just want to go to bed. I'm like, no, the sheets are dirty. It's gross. It's been like because you really should. And this is one of those that other hole that I've got fallen down when it's like when I'm like, oh, how often should you change your sheets, or how often how should I wash my sheet? It was the whole washing machine saga. This is why I'm an expert in all things washing. It's like apparently like you should, which I was like, it makes so much sense. You should be washing not necessarily your doona, but you should be washing your sheets and pillows like at least once a week. Every 3, 4, 5 days, they say. Yeah, at least, like, because of all the sweat and the grime that you don't realize that builds up. And I'm just like, and then there's a certain way that you're supposed to wash them so that they don't, if you have, like, certain high, what do you call them? The thread counts of cotton, or if you've got linen, there's a different way to wash it. And that's all, like,
I don't fall
different.
down that rabbit hole, but I wash on a high heat once a week. Friday is laundry day for, like, sheets because...
What do you call a high heat?
Usually work from like 90 degrees.
That hot?
Like the hottest setting. Yeah, because
I think the
have
hottest
cats.
is 70. Oh yeah, of course.
And I'm a bit of a germaphobe.
Yeah.
Like I will do it as hot. I mean, my sheets are from Harris Scarf. There's nothing. We're not like Egyptian cotton up in here, Yeah, once a week, Fridays, because I usually work from home on Friday.
Yeah.
And Friday's the day that I potter and do all of my laundry and stuff in between working, so that my weekend is my weekend and not my chores. Slavery days.
Days versus birthday suit also change the wash cycle. Well, that's what I say sometimes about sleeping with a sheet, because that's where you're not transferring your sweat and stuff on your doona as much either, so you don't have to wash it as often. But yeah, it's like I fell down that rabbit hole hard because it was that other thing where I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll wash it on a hot thing. Then it was like researching on all the different what different materials are the best wash and how all those kind of things. Because I came across something where it was like, don't wash obviously your towels with your clothes and all so we'd sometimes chuck underwear in it. It's like, don't do that.
The big thing about towels is not using fabric softener.
Yeah, or vinegar. Some vinegar
Well,
instead.
I don't use vinegar, so that's not the problem.
But it's like apparently there's like certain you would think obviously you're best to put your bed sheets through a hygiene hygiene cycle, which is what I've got, a hygiene cycle in it, like a hot steam hygiene cycle. But then crisis plan happens. Thank you, Simon.
Sorry.
Then the next thing I come across was like, oh yeah, but you can't wash, because I ended up getting like good linen, like French, like the French linen ones, because it's like with the like. I fell down that rabbit hole. I was like, don't all the freaking the marketing tactics when it comes to like 1,000 wool count, and it's like if it's 1,000 wool count and they say it's from China, it's not. It's crap. You've got to get it from Egypt on the Nile, because that's the only place that the Egyptian cotton is actually a good one. It could be on a different spot of it. Anyway, I fell in this ridiculous rabbit hole. Then found out that you're not supposed to wash your sheets that material on a hot steam because it'll ruin it. I'm like, then how the fuck?
I will say my favorite thing about clean sheets and being a woman is doing an everything shower when you're about to get into clean sheets. An everything shower, for those playing along at home, is when you do everything top to toe. You shave your legs, everything's scrubbed and exfoliated, and it's hair wash day. You do it all, everything you could possibly do in the shower, you do it. And getting into clean sheets after that, best feeling, especially when it's like getting cold out. So it's not like you're not getting immediately sweaty into sheets.
Yes.
Best. I hate top sheets. I think top sheets should be mostly illegal.
Yeah.
I'm not a top sheet girly. They get all crinkly.
Oh God, I put a top sheet on her bed.
Oh no, that was
you
okay.
always
It's
do.
fine. I will never have a top sheet. Top sheets are for hotels when other people are making the bed, and it's fine, Erin. Don't overthink it.
I definitely treat my guests
at your house.
I definitely like treat the guest room as like a hotel. I always like something.
As soon as that came out of my mouth, I'm like, oh no, Erin's gonna like worry about this for the next 3 weeks. Next time I come to stay, there will be no top sheet.
I was actually extremely devastated that I actually didn't give you the full hotel treatment. I meant to actually get you like, because I was like, oh, chef got the towel. I usually get like, it's like collect all whenever we were like always traveling for work, like for
the little.
I always get those all those friggin' little soap things home with me. And so I've got a whole stack of them. I always fold the towels in like the hotel fold and leave it on the bed with a little thing. And I forgot, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. Please don't be sorry. I had an excellent time at your house. Namely, like, didn't have to scoop any cat litter. And, like, for me, that's about as hotel-y as it gets. Waking up in the morning and not having to go, okay, here's an hour-long sort of system I have to go through to begin my day of medicating cats and making sure that small cats eat and, you know, mother cats mother.
Yeah.
Famously very difficult in my house at the moment.
Yeah. Funny, Fari, I get that. So that's the thing that I always thought, Fari, about having a top sheet, because it protects you. It means you don't have to watch the doona cover as much. Then we actually got when we got married, we used our money to buy like a whole new bedding thing and got like ethically sourced goose down doona, so that it was really light and just at the right temperature for when we were in Melbourne. And she said to me, never use a top sheet ever. I'm like, why? She's like, well, you're spending this money on getting this kind of doona. If you use a top sheet, you're actually creating a barrier between you and the doona. And what the purpose of the doona is to cover your body and fill the spots to keep you warm and regulate your body temperature. If you put a sheet between that, you're actually creating a barrier between you and that doona, like regulating your body. I'm like,
agreed. I always get too hot with the top sheet. Like, it's okay if you're only using a sheet because it's that hot, but like in that in-between time, because I have to, I don't know about you, but I cannot sleep without a blanket or sheet of some sort on me. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yes, me too.
But it's easier to just be like, if my leg needs to get free, it's easier to get free from a duvet than a sheet and a duvet and a blanket and a top blanket, and like, just get off me, please. That's why when like I got gifted a weighted blanket because I had friends who thought it would help me sleep. It helped me get to sleep.
But then
I would wake up all the time because I was feeling suffocated.
Yeah.
Well, not even too hot, just like I can't move, and I'm like one of those people. I'm like, sure, I've catapulted a cat off my bed at night with how much I roll over. Like, I've definitely kicked them before accidentally. But yeah, I mean, like, that's why I wash my sheets once a week, because like I'd probably go fortnightly if it weren't for having cats.
Yeah.
But I get too itchy.
Yeah. Can you do me a
Correct,
favor?
Schmick. That's the right approach.
I think that's spot on. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Is that me?
Me? No, I said Schmick.
What happened? Where?
For me, it's either a sheet or doona, never both.
Where do I don't see that. Where's that?
I said Schmick.
What happened? You didn't have to clean up cat litter, but did you have to clean up Harley's mess from the other night? Yes, we did. Can you please
See, I can't
zoom
see
in
that.
that's on
That's
My
YouTube.
chat's showing different things. Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
can you zoom in or like
Speaking
bring
of
it down this way a
YouTube,
bit? 'Cause I'm
we
starting to-
are multi-streaming to YouTube.
Sorry,
Sorry
what?
if I just got your channel taken down by saying that, but we do have a YouTube channel now where all of our VODs will be. We're going to upload the others post haste. I nearly said posthumously. Hopefully not.
So,
because I'm starting to slouch. Can you bring it,
the camera down.
Mr. Producer? Thank you.
You need like a tracking camera.
Oh, I see Schmick now. I
Get
see.
Simon behind the camera.
One sec.
So in true ADHD form, massive digression as a result of me.
We account for a 30-minute intro segment, and we've got 3.5 minutes left. So really,
We're on point. Well, that's why I came and I was
we're
like,
cruising.
maybe we should do the wins, like weekly win as our intro discussion thing. And look where it ended up. So, yes, good. We should have it as a timer and then it
We
goes.
shared our wins. We had some wins.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm 90% ibuprofen because I was the idiot who went to the gym and just, like, for the first time in a couple of weeks since starting my new job and decided to do exactly what I'd been doing before that, which was 45-minute intervals, which, fine.
Yeah.
And then cleaned my house, which also fine. Thanks, Dan. We're growing as people, but the intro hasn't ended yet, so that's probably jumping the gun just a little. And my back is killing me. I have a 7-hour concert tomorrow night, so you okay, Erin?
Are we missing some chat? Or is it just because we can't see because of that's in the way? We're missing some chat. I think there's something wrong with our internets. We were having problems with our internets earlier.
I was having issues with chat earlier, and I refreshed everything, and it helped.
Okay. Because I've only got Lurkin's comment as his last one. Is the last thing I can see is #gains.
Interesting.
And then Schmick saying Erin's probably blocked me. They're the only two, they're the two ones that I've... Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I totally missed that. You've gone from a 45-minute intro to a 30. So proud.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not.
It's not doing well.
not
up over
updating.
there. That's right. Leave it there. I'm fine with
that's
that.
exactly what mine was doing.
Maybe just...
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
You're streaming and you're only seeing either Twitch or YouTube, but not both. No. It's just Twitch is having some issues with updating chat. Yeah, it's a Twitch chat issue. That's fine. Well, with 2 minutes to go, let's make it a 28-minute intro and segue straight into what we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Producer Simon
before
gets
you
us chat.
before you continue, Erin, did you actually say what your win was? I know you implied it, but I don't think you actually
I filled
said.
the gaps because I knew what your win was, and I think that I've just gone, yeah, Erin told me.
Yeah, I don't think she actually said it though.
I do this. I think I did
was your
this
winner?
last time because I think I was saying, I think of one of the other streams I said, we were talking about wins and I just went off on a tangent and forgot to tell everybody what my win was.
I'm so glad we have Simon here.
I know.
Producer Simon.
My last win, actually, you know what? Both
You've
of my
got
wins.
1 minute and 13 seconds, Erin.
Okay, my wins actually merged together because my win from last time was, it actually makes sense that I went off on this tangent because my last win was that I made my bed really well last week and I was really proud of it that I actually got up and I made the conscious effort to make the bed and I was like, screw me, suck 5. This week's win is I actually have some voice back. I think I went too hard last night after the gigs. With the double gigs because I wanted to help Simon out. I didn't want him to be too double gigs. It was going to be too hard. But apparently the prednisolone is the long releasing steroid things are helping my voice out.
Do you want to know the best part of that, Erin?
The best or worst?
You and Garfield take the same steroids.
Actually, my mum's on the prednisolone at the moment for a chest infection.
His voice is great, let me tell you.
Sings like a champ.
He really does. The song of his people every night when I try and shove prednisolone down his face twice a day. Good. Well, the good news is that you're not going to, like Garfield, die of kidney failure. So
That we know of.
that's what Garfield's prednisolone's for.
Oh, I just saw him strolling around the back. He's like, yeah.
No, that's not Garfield.
Oh, was it? It looked orange.
That's pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, there's another orange one? Did I know this?
Well, you're not here. I have a mum and 2 babies, one of which
that's
is orange.
right, yes.
Dan named them.
That's right. No, you did. I do, yes.
Mama's vacating the premises next week.
Oh, speak of vacating. We almost got one of her possums evicted today.
Got them evicted.
Yeah. We'll talk about that maybe on our stream.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, look, we're 30 minutes in, so let's cruise right along because it's
Go.
nearly 9 o'clock for me. So we do.
Do we need to
we
start
don't want to
earlier
go
for
too
you?
late. Although I need to. No. It's good because I'm going to be up till 11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, yes.
Famously dancing to Dave Grohl.
Nice.
I'll use that move specifically. That'll be my move to get people off me.
Yeah.
Right. 31-minute intro is a nice win. We'll take it.
Woo! Go us.
Tonight, as discussed last week, we're going to be filling out a crisis plan. A crisis plan is kind of something that Healthy or Well You makes to help not healthy and well you cope in a crisis, and also to educate the people around you about how to assist you during a crisis. I have actually made one.
It's incredible, you guys. It's so good. Someone was like, Mel really has the organisational skills down. I'm like, yeah, she's so much better at that than me.
We complement each other in different ways.
That's what I said to Simon today. He's like, Mel's actually like organising stuff. And I'm like, listen, Mel's got like the organisation structure down, and I've got the stuff.
A functional microphone.
Yes, let's go with that. It's the best I can offer.
Beauty, brains. You know, you've got a lot of good qualities, like being there when I call you crying on a Tuesday afternoon because a bird has died in my arms and I don't know how to cope with it before a meeting 40 minutes later.
Which made me feel
I'm very sorry.
No, I'm sorry because I was like, I was late for my voice pathologist thing, and I'm like, no. I'm like, this is bad. I have to like, I hate that. I'm gonna have to be like, I have to cut you off in your crisis because I have to go into a speech pathology session.
No,
I'm like,
you didn't cut me off. You sort of gave me the perfect amount because, like, I don't know about you, but when I'm feeling like that, I just need, there's a certain amount of ruminating on it that I need to do, and then I'm good. Then I'm done. I'm like, okay, bye. And we got to that bit, so you were fine. I literally just like needed reassurance that me cancelling my meeting over picking up. For anyone at home, I was driving up. The road doesn't matter. I think it was Fentree Gully Road. It's 100 zone, and saw a bird like stumbling off the side of the road. This is a sad story. So I pulled over like 200 meters up the road, full work uniform, like legged it down the highway, trying not to get run over. Picked up the bird in my cardigan, was calling Wildlife Victoria, like, what the fuck do I do with this native bird? And as this lady picks up, she's like, hello, Wildlife Victoria, what's your name? And I look down and the thing, like, the bird dies, like, as she's, and so I'm there, like, never mind. And she's like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it died. And so I went and gave it, like, a mini funeral, and I was meant to be at a meeting 40 minutes later, and I was like, there's no way, I'm too empathetic to deal with this. So I called the next meeting and was like, hi, I found a bird, I need to take it to the vet. Did not tell this lady the bird was dead in my arms. I just didn't want to be like, sorry, I'm emotionally distraught about a bird that fell out of a tree. Yeah. And so then I gave it a little bird funeral, and that took, 40 minutes. And then I called Erin, like, hello, I'm emotionally distraught because I'm an empath over a bird. If we had a little chat, then you went to speech therapy.
I did. I was like, but you know what? It's sometimes, I know it's, as someone who's such an honest animal, it's like, be honesty. Sometimes it's not always, in a circumstance like that, when it doesn't really matter, like it's, wait, that's not the way to say. As in, for someone who like, this, you don't know how people are going to react in terms of, like, if you say, I've got a bird that's injured, I've got to take it to the vet, rather than if you say, oh, it died, some people probably would just be like, okay, so just,
well, it's dead, so come here then.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not that important to tell.
It's easier to explain when I'm like,
if someone doesn't know you and how it affects you.
Correct, and it's more like that way. It's a more business thing. It's like, I need to go deal with this thing that's very important, as opposed to, hi, random lady who does not know me and does not need to know my emotional state. Exactly. I'm having a breakdown over a dead bird. Like, you're a big lady in a big company, I hope that's okay. Then it just changes the dynamic. It's more logistical over emotional, and like, for me, that's preferred when I can just be like, I don't actually want to talk to you right now. Yeah. I'm letting you know what's going on. I need to get off the phone. Goodbye.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Anyway.
What was, so yeah, we where was the point after this? Oh, that you did the thingy plan. Hi Tess, welcome in.
The crisis plan.
So Schmick says we tend to call them support
calling it a crisis plan,
but a little less dramatic. But
yeah,
I mean, you've like already done one, and I'm assuming you've spoken to your Dr. Tim. And is that what you guys prefer? Do you prefer it to as a crisis plan? I guess it depends on
It depends. They're called a lot of different things. I use crisis plan because I think it's more indicative. Like, it's for use in a crisis as opposed to when you need, like, and you do need support in a crisis. I just think that it sort of signifies when it's to be used. It's not necessarily just for like, I picked up a bird off the side of the road. It's more like, I'm in deep crisis and like need help. I think crisis is my preferred word, but by all means, when you print it out, scribble it out, and write support. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. Like whatever word is most helpful to you is fine. Like whatever you think is best.
I call mine a
recovery checklist is amazing, Tempsy.
Yeah, cool.
I love that.
Yeah. I might have mine as like a meltdown plan.
I have shared copies of the one I made in the neurodivergent channel in our Discord. Our Discord, your Discord.
Yep.
The Discord. In a PDF and a PNG format. So if people would like to do these along with us, we'd love for you to do so. You're welcome to share some of the things off of it in the neurodivergent chat. Please don't share your crisis contacts or phone numbers.
Yes.
Be clever, be smart, be safe on the internet.
Was that a cat?
But it is there. No, it's just people laughing outside. Sorry. I have neighbours.
What?
The window's open, but if I close the window, it gets too hot. It's very hot.
Don't worry about it.
In Melbourne. It's so hot in Melbourne.
Oh, dear.
It's,
pet.
20. It's going to be 30 tomorrow, so look, it's not all, It's pretty hard for us here.
It was very hot. What was it today? I walked out at like 9 o'clock in the morning when it's too hot. Came back inside. Had to unload the car. I'm like,
goodbye.
But it's
I call it salad season.
Oh.
That's where salad is the only thing I want to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we are going to do this crisis plan that I have made. It's the first time anyone is doing it because I made it literally yesterday during Erin and Simon's 8-hour stream. I sat and designed a crisis plan. I designed it because there are existing ones out there and I used elements of each because there was none that I really identified with or felt captured exactly what I was going for.
Yeah.
So I have made one and, feedback certainly welcome except for the fact that it's not exactly centered and the margin on the left is slightly bigger than the margin on the right. Any commentary on that will result in a 5-minute timeout. You've been warned. I emotionally can't cope with it. Go away.
Whilst I was doing like social like it's a serious thing for people with ADHD and OCDs that you'll spend hours that at half a millimeter will throw the entire thing off. So shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Don't point it out. Like, is that a little? Don't
it is
you
centered,
dare.
but yeah. So we're gonna fill out crisis plans together today.
So are we putting that up on the screen? Like here, ish.
I think that's the plan.
Okay, hold on.
Simon says
Exactly, Schmick. You can just trim the paper.
Where is that coming from? See, I can't see that.
Yeah, chat's broken all around. I love you too, Tempsy.
I'm missing all of that. I feel bummed. It's okay.
Sorry.
He's getting stressies.
Producer Simon holding everything together.
If you want, just put the chat bit just a little bit, like somewhere. Like if you pull the like if you just okay. Like from there. Okay, boss. Pretty sure it's been broken for at least a week, not just this stream. Yeah. I actually did see that. I think there was a few why didn't you just a minute. Oh, it is. Yes. Okay, now I see it now. Feedback on a crisis plan is a crisis management. Is a what? There we go. Awesome. Thank you. Can just trim the paper. Oh, yeah. It was stream's breaking today, yeah. So I'm going to be filling it out. Are you going to be filling it out as well, Mel, or just do you want me just to fill it out?
We're both going to do it.
Oh, we're both going to do it? Excellent.
But I will just do mine here and we can read them out loud. You don't need to share mine.
Are you just going to use Canva like this to fill it out?
I guess so.
That's how I'm doing it, is just using text boxes on Canva.
Yeah.
All right.
Obviously, normally would print and write, but in this context, I think it's easier.
Sorry.
Bless you.
So
I actually really need to sneeze too, and I'm trying not to.
So you want this on the screen?
I think so people can see it. Otherwise, yeah. Or Mel's got it on. Well, I probably can't fill it out on the Discord scanner if I bring it up.
No, you need Canva because you can add text boxes. That's probably the best way to do it. I'm just going to close this window because it's very loud outside.
It's only 30 degrees at 5 in the morning.
Swelter.
It is. Quick question. Did anybody do any of the homework? Which I've forgotten what it was. Last week it was... What was last week's? There was the one with Dan where it was like, give somebody a hug. A real good hug. I did that with Simon at one point.
We got some good hugs in that week.
We definitely got some good hugs. Harley got a good hug because he's a good boy.
I'd say that's contentious at best. He's usually a good boy.
He is. Most of the time, except for the other day. So, that's what it was. Did you see what he did? Were you there the other day?
No, I was asleep by that time.
Yeah, I thought you weren't. And, he was a very naughty boy, Mel.
What did he do?
We left. We rushed to the Coles because the Coles closed at 9, right? And it was like 10 to 9.
Oh, no, I was there.
Oh, you were there for that?
I was there. Mm-hmm. With the bottles of water. Yeah, I was there.
What?
I wasn't viewing. I was listening.
Yes, I'm talking about you. Did you hear
Hi,
him?
Harley.
He started going,
a few Harley.
What's wrong with you?
Do you have your in-ears in, Erin?
I do.
Weird. Okay.
Can you hear it really loud?
I can hear myself, but that's fine.
Can you hear you now?
Yeah.
Still?
Oh, no. It's better now.
I turned it down in my ears because I have it really loud.
Is
so
it
it's
your
probably
ears being picked up by your microphone?
Probably, most likely. Yep.
I've switched out of headphones and into just some very cheap earphones, and that is much better.
Okay, good.
Earplugs, AirPods, whatever you'd like to call them.
Is this it? It's showing?
Yeah.
Excellent. Is that? Can you guys read that? Is that viewable properly on the stream?
Look, at worst they can view it. We'll read it out as we go, but it is all on Discord. Oh, there's Garfield. Hi, Garfield.
Cool. So
I'm going to read the instructions out loud, and then we will... Thank you, Schmick. Then we will work through it. So this is called My Crisis Plan. Garfield is joining us for this segment. Instructions. In a crisis, it can be hard to know what can help and how to communicate your needs. Fill out this plan and provide a copy to a person you trust to provide support. Use it as a guide for you and your safety person when you are in crisis. Write your coping ideas in chronological order and implement them in order as needed. So obviously there's a few sections to this crisis plan. There's signs that you're in crisis, which is a way for you and your loved person to identify that you were in a crisis. I think that's really helpful because sometimes Simon is giving me the finger.
Sorry. I'm trying to tell Erin to stop doing what she's doing so I can fix something. But she keeps going.
Yeah, Erin.
Because I'm just trying to fill it out.
Retraction. Simon is not giving me the finger. Simon is giving Erin the finger.
It was the hold on a second.
Garfield's giving someone the finger, but it's unclear who. It's really hard because if I keep the door closed, it gets really hot in here. And if I open it, then I get Garfielded.
You get Garfielded?
Yes, then we have Garfielded, which is this particular action of him rubbing his face all over my face.
So
do we do say you're fine?
What are you doing? So,
What?
well, how can I type on that now?
I don't know.
Oh, because you just told me. Never mind, I'll do it myself. Yeah.
Well, I had to fix other things.
Oops, why can't I grab that? There we go. All right. think we might be
All right. So
sort of in
Yes.
action. And I'll make it white so that you can. Should I make it bright white on that? That's legible, yeah.
I can't see, so we'll have to
That's
rely
all
on
right.
chat to tell us.
Okay.
The coping ideas and activities, obviously we've got 1 through 13. I've pre-filled 12 and 13 because I think that calling your doctor and calling your crisis line are those last steps and are important and sort of non-negotiable in a crisis. But 1 through 11, I say put chronologically, like if you were to follow a plan of, okay, let me try this thing first, like the easiest or the quick thing or the thing that you know will quickly make you feel better.
Yeah.
It's sort of an escalation process. Start with the little stuff and then work your way up to stuff that's more drastic, I guess.
Yeah.
I've also got things that make me feel better because sometimes it's hard to identify those things, and I've just broken it down into book, movie, music, TV show, because that's how the sort of things that make me feel better. We then have a section called My Safety Person Should Know, and that's just like a little message to your safety person to say, like, things that they should know in this situation. How are you feeling? What do they need to know? What can they do? What shouldn't they do? Just like a bit of a general amble about that to that specific person. At the bottom, and then have crisis contacts, so your safety person, your doctor, and a crisis line for name and phone number. We're not going to fill those out because what you don't need is the phone number of my safety person. But, you know, that's what that's there for. So that's the crisis plan that we have drafted. And like I said, this is available.
On the
I've
Discord.
shared links to it on our Discord.
I read through this stuff, and I find some of it quite difficult. I think it can be quite difficult, and I think sometimes even it's almost like, you know, we spoke last week. We spoke about like the meltdown I was having about the bed sheets and everything before you got here, and the bed arrangements and everything, how I couldn't figure it out at the time, but then like discussing about what it was afterwards, it was like right after it was, I was able to probably identify these things. So it might even be like a case for people to fill this out over, you know, a number of crises, meltdowns, whatever.
Correct.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
that you can adjust and change and add to it when that happens, and you reflect on it later and go, actually, this would have helped in that scenario. That's something I want to add to my plan.
Definitely something, yeah, exactly. Like, crisis plan is fluid, and you can certainly, it will change over time. Your safety person could change over time for a variety of reasons. There's lots of different situations or circumstances in which the context of this might change, but it's about having a base plan. It's about having something to work with. And yes, you're right in that, like, as you go, there may be situations where you want to change bits, add things, remove things if they don't work anymore. But it's a resource, and yeah, you may want to work on this over an extended period of time. You might want to work on it with your safety person. You might want to work on it with your therapist. By all means.
God damn it.
What?
I'm not doing this well at all.
My chat's died again unless no one's speaking.
Yeah, I think it. Same with me. I've got nothing since Schmick said earbuds to round it off.
Okay, well maybe no one's talking then. That's fine.
Everyone's like, guys, I finished
don't
my.
mind when no one's talking. It's just if we don't know if anyone's talking or if it's just broken.
Yep.
Hi, Buggles.
Yo, Bugs. I love the idea of giving this to another person to help you cope. Yeah. Especially because even
like
that's right. Sometimes so obviously Simon's generally my crisis person, and in those moments it's like I know he is and he's trying to help, but it's like sometimes I'm not in the, like, obviously in one of those meltdowns, he's like the enemy to me at point, you know,
because he doesn't know how to help in
Correct.
a way that's actually
yeah
he's helping the situation. Like, I think we spoke about this kind of like, all he knows how to do is help the situation, and when it actually has nothing to do with the situation at all at that point. It's more about how you're feeling and the physiological than it is about the psychological.
That's what I mean. So for him to know how to deal with me when I'm looking at him going, you can't help me. If he knows these stuff, he'll be like able to, like, so anything he'll say, I'll be like, and obviously, you know, having this, he'll be able to help me find way. Like, hopefully, I think we can. We'll see. We'll be testing this out over the next.
That's it.
You know,
That's what I hope is that we try this, and then in a future podcast, after you've had a crisis or two.
I'll be like, this happened.
Hopefully you never have any crises, but as you do, we can review and see if it was helpful.
I have this terrible vision of like being in a crisis and him pulling out the page. I'll be like, and I'll like grab it and throw it on the floor and be like, don't do that. I'm not going to do none of those things are going to work.
Crisis plan.
I'm not in a crisis. I don't need a crisis plan. Yeah, I feel like I'll be in a full.
The point of the signs I am in crisis. It's like that self. Like for me, I struggle to identify that I am in crisis until I'm no longer in crisis, and I'm like, oh, I was in crisis.
Yeah.
Shit. So that signs I'm in crisis, or being aware of like the point at which you're feeling.
Oops.
I've just lost all the words out of my brain. The point at which you've hit a crisis and you need that implementation of a crisis plan is kind of the point.
Oh. Jesus.
You're okay, Erin. This is a live podcast, but it will be on YouTube as well. It is live on YouTube, and the VOD will be on YouTube.
So thoughts, signs I'm in a crisis. Well,
yes.
So is this is probably for me to.
What do you think? Yes, correct. Because this crisis plan is not just for Simon. Like, I mean, for me, I am my crisis person for all intents and purposes. I have support people, but I don't have a Simon, and so it's a mixed bag of. For you identifying you're in a crisis too, because it's not just a tool for Simon, it's a tool for you ultimately.
Yeah.
In which Simon is a part of it. So things that you're thinking when you're in a, like, it doesn't have to be specific thoughts, but just like the vibe of how you're thinking.
Where is he?
What sort of things are running through your brain.
It's probably hot, actually. Put the heater on. Do you want to put is it on? Sorry, Harley's just doing this weird thing that he does. This is what he does when we're streaming, and he's like, and it's hot, and he's like, I want to... Puppy, what's wrong? What's he doing?
Where's Mummy, mate? Where's Mummy?
Do you want a treat?
Can you treat?
Do you want to see if you'll have a treat from the bag? Sorry.
Where is it?
Don't be sorry. Go look after the man.
I'm doing my baby. Did you take him out?
Yeah,
Would it be an Erin and Mel podcast if there were not animal interruptions? This is probably the fifth one.
All the way down the stairs, like real.
Did he go all the way?
No, and then he just stood at the bottom of the stairs. He wouldn't move. I had to pick him up to bring him back inside. So I mean, I don't know what. Where's the treats?
In the backpack.
Where?
I think it's in there. Yeah, so manic depression, like manic doubt and indecision, I think is a big one for me. Like, as in, where I'm like, if it is something that I'm trying to decide, it's usually when it comes to like what I'm going to wear, or, and it's constantly finding reason. I'm always like finding a reason why it's not looking good, or what would something else be better. It's the manic, like, I don't know how else to explain it, like the whole that I'll like constantly so many thoughts in a constant conflict of going, well, should I do this, would this be better, but then if I do that, then this is gonna like it. But in a manic,
He won't.
you might have to give him some coconut water.
Bit dehydrated.
Yeah, has he got water there?
I am just happy it's not a cat interruption, because I'm usually the queen of interruptions on this podcast, but I'm also just, concerned for Harley Man.
So what would you call that? Like that? Like, because I'm not sure how else to explain.
Conflict. Yeah, like fighting with yourself. I definitely mention indecision, I think.
I did actually, fighting with myself is actually a great one, because of the fact that I'll usually, actually, I know feelings, actions. I've got a definite big action for it. No, okay, we're not going to do. It's not doing, but it's whatever. It's not doing. It's still bullet points with me. God damn it! There we go.
You can still hear me okay, yeah?
I can.
Cool. I just need to move the mic so that I can use the keyboard.
Myself, I am shit or look stupid. I'm going to write stupid like that because I literally say that to myself in my head. Shit will look stupid, or any other negative self judgmental phrases. They're probably the big ones for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oop.
And makes total sense. I've gone with like so for me it's more that like general, it's very broad self-negativity.
Yes. That's probably
thoughts wise tends to manifest on sort of like social stuff because I have social anxiety.
Yeah.
So I've written like that sort of like thinking that everyone is mad at me or doesn't like me, and that overwhelming I do a lot of retrospective like self-talk around reliving past situations, things like that.
I'm going to take that one off you as well because I do the same thing. People think I'm this that and people will hate me. Yeah, that's definitely another big one. Feelings.
So those are the two I've got. Yeah,
they're the same ones you've got.
There's potential to add more, but
there is.
For now, I like. For the sake of time, you get the decision paralysis and the rejection sensitivity. Rejection sensitivity is a hard one. I had to cry about this last podcast.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And analysis paralysis is definitely difficult too. And I think probably Erin experiences that more than I do.
Very
I
much.
definitely lean more on the rejection sensitivity. I, decision paralysis wise, don't experience that so much anymore because it just, I don't know, that's something I've worked through in therapy quite extensively.
Yeah. Indecision is the worst. Will I, won't I? Is this better? Like I couldn't even make a decision about what sauce I wanted to have with my freaking meat before, so I grabbed all of them and had a little bit of each of them. I just made a decision.
I'm just a condiment enthusiast.
I'm actually getting really worried.
Yeah, if you need to take 5 minutes and go look after Harley, that's fine. Do what you need to do.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course it is.
All right, sorry you guys.
Me and Chad will hang out.
Oh, is he drinking that?
Let's chat. People like us shouldn't go to supermarkets. I agree, Aussie Ash. Although I do love the supermarket, I have to take a list.
I'm just gonna check in for ticks.
Chat. Let's talk about your signs of crisis, sort of thoughts and feelings. If you're feeling this out at home, let me know what you've put on yours. I'm curious to hear if it's similar or if it's different. I guess everyone's crisis is different. And yes, the analysis paralysis in the supermarket, very hard. What sort of work I do? Yeah, Buggles. I work for a big company and I work in business to business. So I do business sales, selling out products to businesses who spend over a certain amount of money per year with us. And so originally my job was in support and I was doing customer support for this business and then moved into sales at the beginning of this year and was recently promoted and now I look after. So now I'm out on the road. So I drive around all day meeting with customers, helping them sort of make the most of our offer and things like that. But yeah, so I work with some big businesses doing B2B sales and I love it. It's great. My brain is very analytical. The only thing I find is obviously now that I'm out on the road socially, it can get a little bit overwhelming, but that's the only downside and I really, really love it. It's actually very good for me to be out of the house because I was working from home pretty much exclusively up until 4 weeks ago. I think my line of work is very good for people who are neurodivergent. I would say there's a very high neurodivergent, I don't know what the word is, like a large proportion of the people I work with are neurodivergent because of the sector we work in being very friendly to that kind of brain, very analytical, very data driven. So yeah, I love it. I love the career I'm in, love the job I'm in, wouldn't be wanting to do anything else. Buggles, what city are you in, if you're happy to share? I forget. Strange timing for your gardener to stop showing up for work. I know, why does my gardener stop showing up for work? Weird. Especially now that I'm earning more money, Blue. Doesn't check out. Bendigo.
You alright, Daddy?
I will send me a message if you're interested in doing something like I do. I'm happy to give you a kick through the door. If you don't get out of the house for work, you wouldn't get out of the house. Yeah, me too, Schmick. So I was going to the office 2 days a week in order to get out of the house. Now I'm out 4 days of the week, sometimes 5, just depending. Yeah.
Because he could be dehydrated, like that water is not good.
Yeah.
The coconut water also hopefully give him a lot more electrolytes.
Yes, but Buggles, we have roles and things going, so anytime I'm happy to, I feel like we know each other well enough that I'm happy to give you a bit of a reference if you need. Having trouble leaving your comfort zone? Yeah, I get you. Yeah, a lot of the work we do is remote, so by all means there's potential there. Not for the exact job I do.
A bit of that.
But there are positions. I'm happy to help. You a good egg. But yes, now I'm out a lot, Schmick, and I really love it. Actually, it's a lot of fun.
I's back.
Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Erin in a Southern Comfort.
Well, I was like, stressful situation.
Go for it, Buggles. Please, by all means.
He seems to have I think he's just hot. He does this when he's hot and he's annoyed and wants attention. Maybe that's
Maybe just a little dehydrated down on the old
and he doesn't drink
electrolytes.
Yes, that's why we're just giving him electrolytes for sure. So we're just giving him some coconut water because we have this whole thing
it's
about.
It's new to him too, though. Like the heat of Brisbane. Like it's his first summer and he's thick coated.
Yeah, we were out today and it was like hot and it's like Harley was just like, I'm like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, he's probably looking at us going, screw you guys, you're in a t-shirts and shorts. I'm basically wearing long sleeve, long pants, gloves, shoes, and a friggin' balaclava. So stop, like, he's like, take me home.
Sorry, I'm just having Harley in a balaclava mental images and I really love it.
Maybe mix it with
You're
some
hot
water.
and annoyed, Blue.
Hey?
Hot and annoyed is my constant state.
With some of the, do we have any more of that water?
No. I've filled his bowl up though.
Yeah, I think it's just electrolytes. So the coconut water is kind of do him real good.
Poor guy.
I just don't know how much is too much. There's probably not too much coconut water. Like coconut's so full of electrolytes and good and stuff. You get him fair bit,
Yeah, as long as he's having water with it, then it's like having Powerade. You never have Powerade just by itself. You have it with water. But we were just discussing work and jobs and what kind of line of work works for my brain.
Yeah.
I always find talking about work interesting because I'm like, how to explain what I do without explaining what I do at all.
Yeah.
It's new to me because in previous roles I've been able to be very candid about what I do and now I can't. And most people know. So it's like, well, I just can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you want to grab his other bed from in there? Maybe
does he have a cooling? He needs a cooling bed.
I have. It's probably in one of the boxes downstairs somewhere. A cooling bed. I thought he would have just laid on the timber, to be honest. Just.
Oh boy.
It does still. To be honest, I am still quite hot in here.
Yeah, it works for this. So am I.
It is quite still really, and so he's probably just bothered.
You hot and bothered?
You hot and bothered, baby? Oh, actually, yeah, good idea. Do you want to grab him some ice that you can just chew on?
Or chuck it in the water.
Oh yeah. Smarts.
Back when I had rats, when it was hot, they would get to eat frozen peas and corn out of a little bowl of water, and they would like go bobbing for it. Bobbing for an apple. It was really cute. I miss having rats. I'm such a sucker for all animals. It's a real problem. It is actually genuinely a very big problem. Freeze lamb bones. That's clever schmick. Harley likes lamb. We know this.
Does he ever? Maybe.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm trying not to get distracted. Simon's got it under control. This is where like my whole thing. I'm going like full like Mama Bear, just going.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What's wrong? It's all the things.
Baby. It's okay.
He's got all the things wrong with him.
We're good. We were just hanging.
Yeah. I get stressed at that point. This talk has really hit me. I don't know why. Maybe it was seeing the crisis plan. I'm making myself sick overthinking, and I hate it. Now I'm catching myself thinking these thoughts. Oh.
I'm sorry, music fanatic. please look after yourself. And
Yes.
you don't have to fill this out. And, it may be something that's better to fill out with, your
With
safety
someone.
person or a therapist, and that's totally valid too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Look after you.
yeah, exactly. It can be like emotional thing about it, but I mean, I guess the other thing is probably recognizing those things when you're not, like we said, not in a crisis, to be able to go, okay, it's safer. I'm in a safer place to be able to, because like if you're in that panic, you're not gonna be able to write through and like to have. Like I said, I found it so difficult to try and convey what the hell was wrong and what I couldn't put words together. So, what was I saying? So this is like this feelings part. It's feeling
It's something,
inadequate is probably another big one. Inadequacy.
Overwhelm is probably a big one for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Overwhelmed. And
is it overstimulation? Like, are you feeling like all of your senses all at once kind of thing?
Probably. I feel it all like kind of bubbling. It's like it's literally like it feels like a freaking volcano of lava, or just about to like blow out my head. That's right. I probably get hot too. Overstimulated, like a volcano, actually I'm put that in up here. Overwhelmed, like everything is one big unobtainable job that I am incapable of completing. And feels like I'm going to explode and ruin the entire planet and everyone in it like a death volcano.
Erin, death volcano, Shay. I've written overstimulation, and then in parentheses I've written everything is loud / intense, just trying to actually explain what that overstimulation feels like. Because overstimulation is very broad, but everything feels really, I'm very irritated by everything.
Yeah.
I've also written fuzzy brained, I can't get through a coherent thought, everything is just going at once. And I've written inadequacy. I don't matter, because and that's the I mean, this is obviously not emotional. Well, it is emotional. But it's an overshare, and I'm innately always get really anxious when I overshare. But I'm like, wait, no, this is my podcast. If people don't want to listen to me overshare, they can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bye.
You want to come sit with Mummy, and Daddy can type for
These
me.
volcanoes have names too.
Yeah. Hang on. Come here, Bubba. You just got to be on. Do you want to come sit with me? Okay.
He's like, oh yes, now I am so much cooler now that our bodies are touching.
It's probably not a great idea, but I just thought maybe
boy.
he might.
He seems happier like that though.
He might
Loves
just
snug.
He might have a sleep in my hands.
Sweet boy.
I was only concerned that it might be. There were a lot of mozzies. I mean, we just put him on heartworm protection only because up here because it's so there's so much of it but yeah, because the conditions are so ripe for it. But the paralysis ticks was the other thing I was worried about with him. But you can they say it takes at least 3 days for them to actually inject any of the poison, and we just check. You all right? You just burp. He did a bit of a yucky poo earlier, so I reckon he's probably just he's just eaten something that's
just a bit upset.
You're gonna go
yeah, just feeling a bit rubbish.
Yeah, we all get there.
We've all been there.
Actions. That's an easy one. That's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
Go to Daddy.
Which is interesting because it's the hard one for me because I don't externally show how I feel.
Not a buddy.
I'm just worried that he doesn't want to move. Maybe just carry him down, put him on the ground.
He's just not wanting to. Come on, buddy. Come here.
Do you think we need to take him to the vet?
I don't know.
Should you take him to the emergency? Okay. He's tired. Sorry, Harley's having a...
Don't be sorry. This is way more important.
He's laying down now. It looks like he's trying to sleep. Maybe he's purging that bin raid. I hope not. I think it was a few days ago, so...
Yeah.
Actions. So, what did you say?
Actions.
Yours?
I haven't done mine yet.
Okay.
Actions is a hard one for me because
You don't really... Yeah.
outwardly
Externalize.
show how I'm feeling.
Pacing is a big one for me. Pacing. Oops. Pacing without... It's usually pacing from room to room without actually doing anything. Pacing, usually from room to room without doing anything. I usually just pace back and forth, which is like, yeah, I'll go in one room, then I'll be like, no, just go back to the other room, and I'll be back and forth, and I'll be like, and not actually, because I'll be changing my mind all the time, keep going back, and so that just ends up in a probably more frustrated with myself, which is why I end up kicks off the meltdown. Let me just delete all this. Oops. When I'm at my... I do the very stereotypical thing that I get so worked up in myself that I'll get, like, if I'm that frustrated because I'm not being able to, like, it's almost like it's a domino effect. I'll have the thoughts, then the feelings, then the actions happen. And I will, when I say self-harm, I don't mean physically, like, cut myself or anything like that, but I will hit myself. Like, I'm so angry and I don't want to hit somebody else and I don't want to break anything here, so I figure it's best to break myself. So I'll tend to, like, whack myself in the head like an idiot.
I don't self-harm like that, but I become very, very careless, and that's how I end up hurting myself. Like, I'm more likely to trip or knock myself on something because I'm trying to... Like, I'm not trying to hurt myself, but I'm not trying to not hurt myself. Under actions, I've written agitation when people need me or want my help. Like, if I'm feeling like that and someone's like, oh, hey, do you have time to... I'm like, no, get fucked, fuck off. Like, leave me alone. I mean that. Yeah, sorry for my language, I'm not allowed.
You're right.
But, like, very agitated and just I don't want to be spoken to by people that I don't want to talk to.
I probably do the same thing.
I lose that mask of, like, kind, nice, helpful lady. And I'm suddenly just like, get off me. Do not touch me. Do not... Like, even with the cats, if I'm feeling that way, and they, like, Garfield particularly, because he's a stage 5 clinger, I'm like, get off me, and I will go into a room and close the door. So I'm like, don't touch me. Like, stop it. I need to... Yeah. I've written rambling, self-critical rambling.
Seriously,
and then trying to hide that rambling behind a joke or, like, trying to be funny because I'm anxious that I'm being weird.
Are you hearing that? Yeah. Would you say I'm doing the same thing?
Doing what, sorry?
Can you just repeat that?
Yes, you do, because we've both done it at the same time. I love you. I've written rambling self-critically and trying to hide it behind jokes because I'm anxious that I'm being weird and everyone thinks that I'm weird or doesn't like me because I'm being weird. So many specific situations running through my head from the past 6 months specifically. But yeah, that's like, yeah, I will ramble because I really want to talk about it and I need support. But also I don't have that, like, person, and so, like, but then I don't want to, like, burden people either.
Yeah.
So I will mention it, like, in passing. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten for 3 days. Haha. So funny.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah, self-harm for relief, not self-harm for the sake of feeling pain. Correct.
Yes, it's 100%. And because it's...
Tipsy.
If I hear a Discord ping and tell them to fuck off, then I know I'm overwhelmed socially. Yeah.
Me. But with Microsoft Teams, instead, if my team starts ringing and I'm overstimulated, I will literally tell it to fuck off and walk away. I changed my team. Teams has, like, this very specific, if you know, the Teams sound. I changed mine to be the rave version, and so it sounds like a party, and still hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I throw things around a lot.
Yeah.
I'll like just get all my clothes and just start throwing them on the ground, like just.
I'm getting to that one. I've written being inconsolable and having an argument for everything, even if it's rational or makes sense. So someone's like, well, but this is like you with Simon. Someone's like, well, but no, not everyone hates you. And I'm like, but they do. They're just pretending that they don't because I'm useful, or like, I have an argument for everything. I'm inconsolable. Nothing you tell me, I will not have an argument ready for like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I wrote was manic cleaning or trying to fix things to make me feel better or like I'm achieving something or worth something. I will when I was with my ex, it would be manic cleaning. He would just leave me, but then it would piss me off that he wasn't helping me. But if he helped me, he wasn't doing it right. And
Simon he just gave me the dirtiest.
Just find a room and close himself in it and not come out.
Simon just looked at me. He's like. As soon as you said that.
Would do, and I will credit him for this, is that he knew that it would upset me if he wasn't helping. So he would find himself a room, go, I'm going to go do this room, close himself in that room to leave me alone, but I would still know that he was doing something.
Yes.
And that would make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
So kudos to him for that, because during those, I wasn't very often the problem in our relationship, but during those times, I was the problem.
Yeah.
And I will admit it. And God help anyone who tried to help me.
Yeah. It's good hearing you say things, because I go, it just triggers me going, yep, the same thing. Because that's exactly right. And I know that, and that's probably another big thing. That's a major sign that I'm in a meltdown, I think, is that exact thing that, like this whole thing with the bedroom, I wanted, I couldn't explain to Simon why I was upset and having a meltdown, but I wanted him to understand without me having to tell him. But I didn't want him to talk to me or ask me about it because I couldn't find the words to tell him about it. And then I was pissed off that he didn't know, and then he wasn't helping me. And I was like, just don't worry about it. Just leave me alone. And then he'd leave me alone. And I'm like, you're not even helping me. And so I'd start kicking and throwing things across the room even more so because I was frustrated. And it's
interesting to me because what I think back on, and you might have the same experience, is when your mum would be like, oh no, don't worry about helping with dinner. It's fine.
My God.
And then 20 minutes later, it's, no one helps me around here. No one does 100%. Anything around this house. You all just happy to take advantage of me. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I love you so much, but I can't win. And it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
And I remember how frustrating it felt to be at
on the other end
of that. And that's what it feels like to be at the other end of us in those moments.
100%.
Except probably 10 times worse because suddenly it's your partner, not your parent.
Did you see him then?
I saw just the sort of
briefly look up
side eye from the from the dog bed.
For those who can't see, Simon's sitting down over there.
But again, it's that insight, right, into the fact that, again, there's nothing. Okay, well, hopefully now there'll be some things he can do. I know you can't see Si.
No, sorry, I meant to explain. He's just sitting over there, just on the computer, just every now and again looking up in my direction when something triggers. Then he goes, "Yep, she does." Yep, I know that experience too well.
It's my favourite thing about our tricycle dynamic is that I'm the middle ground between you and Si. And it'll always surprise either of you when I take up the other person's side.
I just look over at him every now and again, and he just has this little smirk on his friggin' face. I'm like,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bless Simon.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. How's he? Is he?
He's just chilling.
Just chilling. He's probably tired and hot. I mean, if I had a fucking fur coat on right now, I'd probably do the same thing.
Sub goal for shaving Harley, or?
Are we gonna shave Harley for summer?
No.
Oh,
I shaved Maple in summer. Have I ever shown you photos of Maple with a lion cut?
No.
Maple has a very, very thick fur, and he sheds a lot during summer, and his fur is actually the one that triggers my allergies.
Yeah.
And so I shave him when he starts to shed.
Yep.
But also it's very thick. He has an undercoat, and so he gets really hot.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, I'm hot in here now and it's 9:30 because these windows are floor to ceiling and they're not double glazed, and so they just hold heat. It gets so hot, like radiant oven style heat in here of an afternoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I shave Maple, and we just keep his head, and we give him little boots.
Oh, baby.
So it's called a lion cut, so he looks like a little lion.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. And I trimmed Lemon last night because you can't shave ragdolls because it discolors them. So me and Lemon and a pair of scissors were sitting on my bedroom floor last night, and now she looks like when, like Mum would trim the dog, and you're like, oh God, crime happened here. She's got like little hack marks in her, but it's fine. She's comfortable. No one cares. But anyway. So, with that in mind, what we might do next is the things that make me feel better, because that's a quick and easy one, I think, and it'll give ideas for the coping ideas and activities.
Absolutely.
So, things that make me feel better. And chat, like, I'd love to hear your things that make you feel better for each of these categories too: book, movie, music, TV show. And it may not be your favourite, it may just be the one that is light and makes you feel better.
I don't have a book.
That's okay. You don't have to have the book.
I think I need Bob Ross. I almost... I was about to say music, but I'm like, oh no, that is there. That's listed there.
It's there.
It might even be food.
Sure.
What would you say?
Put food next to it.
Is there any of these things, when I'm having a meltdown, what makes me feel better?
I don't really know.
Me neither.
I know that.
Excuse me.
Well, it's like you said before. I need to leave you alone.
No, I mean,
but try
like,
and help at the same time. But I don't know what actually helps.
Yeah,
you.
so that goes under the coping activities or ideas. This is more just like
stuff.
Inspo of like, little whatever makes you feel happy.
Because when you're in those moments, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really tackled something like that. Like I've ever turned to.
Yeah, but you feel like having a day where you're like, I just want to I think like games is a good one, Buggle. Yeah, like it's more about those light. Like for me, TV show is Friends, 100%. Friends or New Girl. Like those really light sitcoms that are just like, it doesn't matter if you miss a bit, like or something nostalgic, just something that makes you feel good.
What do we watch that we go back to a lot? Good chat.
Don't really know.
No. I feel like...
We don't really go back to things that much.
No, we don't. Fuck. It's a really hard one. I really put... You know what? I should probably... I definitely don't have a book because I don't really read because I don't know why. I should.
It's okay.
I think I get...
Stream, VODs, games, like...
I think it's probably even like I used to love this show, How I Met Your Mother. Loved it. Or even something like, I don't know, there were movies I watched religiously. Maybe I should put just Spaceballs. Which we're going to watch that tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, no, I'm not. Can we postpone tomorrow? I'm going to be at Foo Fighters.
Oh, you are too. I want to watch something else.
Unless you want to have an 11:30 p.m. movie night.
I'll think about it.
I need to see Spaceballs. It's important.
Or watch... Huh? Yeah, we'll watch something else. I'll watch something else.
Devastated that I'm going to miss it. That's so upsetting to me.
Might even do a late one. You can come in halfway.
It's the highlight of my week. For movie night, you can come to Foo Fighters with me via mobile phone. I'll stream Foo Fighters to Discord.
That could be fun. Christmas movie.
That could be fun. Just Mel slowly dying for 4 hours, going, my back hurts. Where's the ibuprofen?
Yeah.
I'm old.
You need to get some...
old Dave Grohl, 60 years old, moshing on stage while me, 28, dying. Anyway, yes.
Oh, you know what I think? Actually, things that would make me feel better would probably... Oh, actually, no, that'll probably come under coping ideas and activities. Would be like, get a boxing... I probably should get something I can punch, or I always imagine what would do really good for me in situations like that would have... And I know they have these where you pay to go and do this, but I almost need one like a sex room, but not a sex room. The opposite of a sex room, a room where I can just go and smash shit.
Smash plates and shit.
Yeah, just give me a baseball bat or a cricket bat and just let me just break things. I would. Yeah. That's what I mean. Doing things like this is probably why I have the problem is that I have it builds up in me and I need to exert it, and I don't want to hurt somebody else. I don't want to break stuff that we have, because then 5 minutes, once I do something, I've done it before where I've like broken something and then 2 seconds later I'm like, I get really upset because I broke it, whatever it is. And I'm like, what a waste. And so I sit there and I'm like, what can I do that's not going to, I'm not going to get upset that I've broken something that I really care about and want, or that it's, and not hurt somebody else, and then it just turns onto myself. So I need something, probably, that's where actually a boxing, what do you call them? Bag?
Yeah.
Or like a punch bag would be ideal for me.
And maybe that's something that you should do. Add to your throne.
Yeah. Great idea. Yeah. Or something.
I'm the best.
Things are like that, all that stress. You hear stress balls. I'm like, they don't do shit for me. But yeah.
No, for me, you know what? This sounds weird, but slime. Like proper, not like kid, like weird stringy slime, but like proper adult slime is my favorite fidget, because you can just sit and stretch it and punch it, and like it has that tactile. Because I'm not like that. I don't output my overstimulation through anger.
I wish I didn't. It's horrible, because I know I'm just going to hurt myself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine. Like for me, I'm very internal with how I deal with things.
Yeah.
But that's trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. Just sorry. All good, Shane. All good.
Don't be sorry, Shane. Thank you for listening.
Would you say, is that a coping activity?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. The punching bag?
Yeah. I might be jumping back and forward a bit through them.
That's okay. You can add that in.
Yeah.
Like Garfield's back.
What have I done here?
Hi, Garfield.
Oh. I've definitely done something where don't know how this happened. I've just stuffed up all my numbers here.
Not your numbers.
That's probably because I know.
How did you stuff up your numbers?
I don't know. Stupid numbers.
I'm sorry about your numbers.
What did I do?
I don't know.
Oh, Simon, I think I exited it.
Control Z. Uh-oh.
No. Please don't do anything.
Was that a please don't do anything?
Yeah, because she might press something and close like stream together, or close, because she just starts pressing stuff. What happened?
Hands in the air, rock a baby.
Is this what you wanted?
Wow.
Yes.
You know things have gotten bad when I start singing Wiggles. Also, did we
That's
see
it?
that the Wiggles were the #1 Australian band in the Spotify Wrapped this year?
What?
Yeah, by a mile. It was really funny. I asked like all of my co-workers, who are all about 50, what their Spotify Wrapped was, because I was curious.
Yeah.
And most of them were like, "Oh yeah, well my kids use my Spotify, so it's like the Wiggles and Bluey."
Oh my god. I felt a bit weird, and I'm going to show it maybe on when Simon and I do a stream, what my Spotify thing was. I'm like, oh my god, that's funny.
Mine was really funny because I obviously love the 1975.
Oh, were they like
Two
top
of
of
the songs
everything?
in my top 5 were I Always Want to Die Sometimes, the studio version and the live version.
It's 1 and 2.
I'm like, don't know if I can share this to Instagram, and it's just like, I want to die twice.
Yeah.
But it's a great song, so much so it's the only song I've ever paid you to live learn.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic song, and it's just very, like, actually this kind of ties into this, because for my music I've written the 1975's Madison Square Garden concert because it is full of screaming, and that is how I like singing loudly in the car and like belting, and like I'm not a musician, I can't sing, but like I hyper focus on a song and will teach myself to sing it and like rewind until I get that bit and then move on to the next. And that song, that's why it's in the live version, is in my top 5 in Spotify Wrapped, because I taught myself the live version so much so that when I listen to the studio version, I'm like, oh, I don't know this. What's this song?
What is this song?
But I find those things very, very cathartic.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this is why I like... Sorry, I was listening to you and then thinking about the punching bag thing and all of these stuff at the same time. The other thing I think is because of you saying that, the other thing, which is not a good coping mechanism for me, but I've done it, and this is how I fucked my voice, was like screaming in the car when I'm by myself and crying over like.
Yeah.
And I was one of those. It was one of those moments when I was so upset and everything, and I just had no. And I was like, I'll just scream. And that I felt that's when I had when I lost my voice completely. Like at that point, I reckon that was one of the what do you call it? Acute accidents, the incidents that I had. That he's like, Mum, no, Mum, no more streaming. It's Sunday night. Family time.
He would not. He was like, no, don't put me down. No, please. I don't want to get down. He's a real problem. I love him. But then I'm like, and I've had enough of us touching. And he's like, well, but I haven't.
I haven't. Don't leave me.
And then he'll go and like do something antagonistic as revenge. He's currently over there eating the kitten's dinner. Yeah, so Tempty, I actually lost my voice on Friday. It's still actually a little bit, you can probably kind of hear. No, I don't compare my voice to Erin's. You're going through far worse than me, but it was from the fact that I drive for like 30 hours a week now, and I would just belt songs in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my voice kind of hurts. And instead of, not doing that, instead I just bought some Difflan.
Yep.
Numbed it and continued to belt in the car.
I wonder if, sorry, that just made me think of something else when you're saying that, is about the car. I wonder if there's something that, so maybe, and that's actually probably something I should put into thoughts. Something that, so like a coping thing that, again, like obviously screaming is how I would cope to get that anger and frustration out, and it settles me down a bit, but it's not good for my voice. Other thing is driving erratically. Is because I'm so frustrated, and so I'm like, well, I'll just drive into a wall. Like it's like
maybe that
what to do when I'm feeling like that. Something else to redirect it, which is probably the punching
behaviors.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe say risky behavior, because it may not just be driving. It could be that hitting or making like impulsive decisions, impulsive purchases.
Yes. All of that
binge
stuff.
eating, like are all things that ADHDers are so prone to because we're just trying to find some dopamine.
Yeah. And it's this is where those coping ideas are good as alternatives are going. If I'm usually feeling like this to cope with it, what can I do instead that's a healthier choice? Yeah.
Okay, so coping ideas, activities. I can't see what you thought, and I assume you've started.
Oh, I put, because I haven't done this one over here. I was jumping because I know like I'm a bit, jumping from
That's okay,
back
and that's
forth.
something you can think on, and maybe it's that you need to find some. So I've put down, for book, I've written Dave Grohl's book, Storyteller, which is an incredible book, but the audio book that he reads, I will fall asleep to regularly. So I've written that because I just find that very relaxing.
Maybe that's what audiobook. That's a great idea.
I love audiobooks. I'm such an audiobook girl because I like to read, and so I have my Kindle, but it links up to my Audible. And so I can listen to a book in the car and then sit on, like get out of the car, and my Kindle will automatically catch up to where I was up to.
Nice. Okay.
So I can switch between them.
Yeah.
Audiobooks are great, and Audible I love because you sort of get your free credits and stuff.
Excuse me.
I'm an Audible
I think
girl.
I find it hard to stay focused when I'm reading a book.
Yeah.
And like although that's not entirely true. Like if I'm really into
what'll be
it.
interesting for you is that with meds, because I was the same, that's why I've started reading. And after watching Dan play Harry Potter, I started reading Harry Potter because I was like, I never got to read it because I can never focus on a book.
Yeah.
Once I started meds, I can read now. And that was actually one of the biggest, noticeable changes, is that I can read.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. I went and read Twilight again and Hunger Games again, because I was like, whoa, I loved these, but I could never read them. I had to watch them.
Yeah.
And it was so exciting, just reading. I was going to bookshops, buying Twilight, and the ladies are like, you were a nearly 30-year-old woman. I'm like, shut up.
Don't
go
care.
away.
I read it in my 20s.
Like, whoa.
I read Twilight in my 20s.
This didn't happen in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I was Twilight. I think it was our, teen years, so it makes sense, but...
Your teen years.
I mean, look.
I was definitely well into my mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Mid 20s. I know.
Okay.
And I didn't care. It's fine. Who cares?
Anyway,
Great read.
That makes you happy, but I was excited to go and read all of the YA novels because they were a little bit easier, young adult.
Oh.
YA.
So the Tomorrow When the War Began series?
And exactly, Twilight, Hunger Games, Divergent, all of those kind of things. I was so excited to read those because they were a little bit more easy, but also then a heap of autobiographies. I love autobiographies.
I think I just need
I read Dave Grohl's book, Matthew Perry's book, which was actually a bit shit. R.I.P. It was a little bit shit.
Have you gotten the Britney one?
But, sorry?
Have you got the Britney one?
No. I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm not... I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Sure.
I call bullshit on her being able to write an authentic and true book and it get out while being in this situation that she's still currently very clearly in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But, you know, look, maybe I will, but I'm currently tackling Harry Potter, although I put a pause on that. I don't mean put a pause, I just got busy and I no longer catch the train, which is where I used to do all my reading.
You're Gino.
Hey, Gino.
ADHD.
We're unmasking ADHD.
I see. It's like I went through. So I'm not a big reader, right? But in saying that, because I find it hard to find something I'm interested in, I didn't really like. I read well, but I don't think I think I find myself trailing off a bit if I'm not interested. If I'm really, but that's the thing. It's the other thing is if I'm super into it, like your Harry Potters. I read all the Harry Potter books. Actually, I think I read 4 of them. There were 4, right? Same thing with the...
No, there's like 8 or something.
Okay, I think I only read like 4. What?
There's like 4 of them? No, there's 23.
I feel like we're about to just see Dan's name like leave the chat.
Dan, 7.
7, there we go.
Actually, I don't think I got through the last one.
Yeah, I clearly knew. I'm an expert in Harry Potter.
This is a trigger that's a trigger topic for chat. So when chat goes quiet, we just bring up Harry Potter books.
Yeah, we've got it sorted. How to antagonize chat.
Yeah, Hamza. But things like say like so the tomorrow when the war began, I was like obsessed. I just picked her because I was like I really need to read, and I was like not a big reader at school, but yeah, I picked and I was like this is great. It was all, and I read like all 4 of them. Same thing with Twilight. But I have to be into something to read it. My favorite book is Bridge to Terabithia, though.
I read
many
all
years
of those.
ago.
Like Bridge to Terabithia was school for me.
I cried. Yes, me
all
too.
Of the Delta Quest books was primary school for me.
There's nothing more emotional than how's it like when you're a movie can be emotional, but when you're reading text crying, like
there's something very cathartic about that. The other one for me was a series of unfortunate events. Was very big when I was like mid primary school. Mm-hmm. And all of the Roald Dahls and things like that. Books, love books. The best thing I did in trying to find books was actually I started getting them from op shops. I only get my books from Savers. I go into Savers because they're like $3. So it's like at worst I have something for the bookshelf if I don't want to read it.
Yeah.
And I just go in and like grab stuff and try it. And if I don't like it, then I don't feel so bad about it.
Yeah.
It's $3. And I've saved a book from living on the Savers shelf.
Yeah.
For movie, I wrote Hunt for the Wilder People, and if you haven't seen Hunt for the Wilder People, it is my favorite movie of all time. Hunt for the Wilder People.
Wilder, like Wilder?
Wilder, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a Taika Waititi film. It has Sam Neill in it.
Neill. Yeah.
And it's a New Zealand film.
Yes. Now you've said that,
it's incredible.
I think.
It is such a good movie. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, Wilder People is one word.
Movie night.
Yeah, okay, yep. That looks familiar. I haven't seen it, but...
It's hard to explain because it's just a little bit outlandish.
Yeah.
It goes from very rational, like, foster system movie to police chase through a desert, very, like, in the space of an hour. But Hunt for the Wilder People is an incredible film.
You just made me think of something, and this is it's a little bit off topic, but like movies, I just started thinking of things I'd like loved as a child that would probably be a good thing to make me feel better. It's obviously like your...
You know what?
Little Mermaid.
It's me with the Wiggles. I know that sounds so bad. Like, it doesn't sound that bad, but I grew up with the Wiggles. It was like some of the only TV I watched as a kid, and they're almost like big... In lieu of having attentive parents, the Wiggles were there.
I'm sorry.
But like the Wiggles, or like Franklin the Turtle, or Arthur, or like any of those kind of shows.
Do you know
Pingu? Fucking Pingu.
Oh, the one who doesn't talk. He's like.
Yeah. That was, yeah, so late 90s, early 2000s kids TV.
Yep. Like Charlotte's Web.
Gina.
That was the thing that made me think.
Charlotte's Web.
But the original,
Babe.
the original though, I'm
Yeah,
talking.
the original.
The cartoon one. We should watch that. I had cried as a child watching that because this is right. It doesn't make sense. I hate spiders. I cried when Charlotte died.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm like,
I don't hate spiders. If there's someone there to relocate the spider, I'm cool with that. I just don't like not knowing where it is. That's all.
Agreed.
I don't like not knowing where anything is in my house.
Agreed.
So it's not the spider's fault. If he just wants to hang in the corner of my bathroom,
Gary.
Easy, no worries.
Gary.
The second he moves,
oh my God.
it's over.
Gary's back.
Gary.
Found him downstairs in the trough.
I'm glad that I wasn't there. I would have moved out. I'd be like, goodbye, I'm going home now. Charlotte died. I haven't seen the end yet. I'm so sorry, Schmick. But to be fair, it's been like 30 years. If you don't know, those spoilers are on you.
It's true.
Yeah, you know the other one, what was it? Someone triggered me. Rugrats, Babe. There was something I was going to say that was... Oh my God, it's gone. I'm so upset about that because it was something that I had remembered and it's gone out of my brain.
What's the movie with Alfalfa? And
Alfalfa?
And Little Rascals.
Did you ever watch The Lost Toys? Was one that I really loved.
Nope.
The Beatrix Potter animated series was the one that I was thinking. So the Beatrix Potter series was massive when I was a kid.
Okay.
Like Peter Rabbit, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But they did a little animated series that only had like maybe a 1-season run when I was a kid, and it is so beautiful, and the music in it is beautiful. The theme song is Perfect Day by gone, it's some lady, but anyway, it's a beautiful series. It's such a little wholesome like rabbit series. I'm gonna write that down. I will forget.
You just triggered a memory of me and my feeling that I had severe like empathetic issues as a child, or like guilt from childhood. Like we're talking about these kids stuff, or all the like, you know, kids movies, kids TV shows and stuff. I remember I had a birthday party. I must have been 9, 10 maybe. And we had a sleepover because you do that when you were 10. And I had dancing on a Saturday, and so some of the girls from dancing came home with us, and in the car they were talking about shows, and they were saying something about Winnie the Pooh, and I was like, I know everyone's into Winnie the Pooh, I don't really get the thing, I'm not into it. I said something like that, and one of the girls got me a Winnie the Pooh scarf, and I had like such like, this is me, and so I've never...
Serious empath problems.
I had a full, because I was like, I opened it, I'm like, oh my God. But I mean, it was warranted, and this is what was really bad. I actually really liked the scarf, and it was cute. I had no problem with the character, because I was like, but I never watched the shows. I was like, I'm not really into it. It's like, oh, Pooh. But he's cute as a character, and I loved it, and I wore it religiously. But then I felt like I was trying to overcompensate as well to try and convince her that I liked it and I was into it. And I'm like,
then you get anxious that you've been too much.
Yeah.
Constantly. I'm really bad. That's actually why I don't like surprises or gifts.
Yeah.
I mean, I love gifts, but my favorite, my favorite gift that I got like all the gifts I got on my birthday were very lovely because they were very personalized. But the reason I loved yours so much is that you'd already told me what I was getting, but like multiple times, you made it very clear. Tell me which one of these you like the most. But I actually loved that because it meant that I knew that I was going to like it, and I could have a genuine reaction without having to do the like, oh my God, do I look surprised enough?
Yeah. Oh,
Does she know that I like it? Like,
thing.
I struggle with that so much.
Me too.
And actually that's why. But everyone was very good about this on my birthday. I didn't open anything at my birthday.
That's great.
I refuse. I'm like, thank you for the gifts. I'm going to send you a message after I open it later.
Yeah.
I can't, like, because it's too much. And I just went, no, I'm not going to open anything at my birthday. I'm just going to receive them and take them all home and deal with that later when I can actually enjoy it.
That's good. I wish I had the courage to do that.
It wasn't something that I had to physically avoid though. It was like, I mean, you weren't there for that bit, but like we were eating lunch and then we went straight to bowls, so it was fine. Like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
no one had any pressure for
That's
me to
incredible.
open stuff as it was, because it was just like I would just rather like open it at home and enjoy it, and then send you a message and go, I love this.
Like you would do at like a wedding or like an engagement party.
Yeah.
You don't open it at the party. That
Baby
should
shower.
become a thing. That should become a thing where you don't open the presents there for anything at all, because everyone's like gonna get
here in.
Hey, yeah, for anybody ever,
Every
because
birthday herein.
you know,
Yeah.
you just like, you know, you shouldn't even like, you know, we've become so attached to that and so easily offended and then easily stressed that we're going to offend someone if we don't like it. It's like you like things and you don't like things, and that's that. Like, what do you do? And then it's like, oh, but if you don't like it, you're going to take it back. And then if you take it back and they find out you take it back because you didn't like it, then like, oh, you didn't like my present, so you're taking it back. It's like, well, do you want me to keep it and then not do anything with it because it's not like, what a head fuck. Gift giving is a head fuck.
I hate receiving them because of that.
Yeah.
But I have a friend, and he, bless you. I love when people can't see Simon, because I can, and I forget that no one can.
He does. Jesus Christ.
He will like. It's become a thing where we give him gifts now because he's not good at receiving them.
Yep.
And I say not good in that he will just go quiet. He won't say thank you. He'll just like receive it and go and put it away. But then you see, like, I gave him a keep cup because his was like dying, and I gave him this $6 keep cup, and he didn't say anything. I see him with it every morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's like all I ever, you know, like I know that he appreciates it, but he gets so uncomfortable with gift giving that like it's now become a thing where we just give him gifts just because his reaction is adorable. I hope he's not listening to this.
I gotta pee so bad. Do you mind holding?
Go
like,
on.
I'm like
Yeah,
trying to hold. Simon, can you swap with me? Sorry. I should have an intermittent. We need an intermittent video.
Well, I mean, technically it was only meant to be a 2-hour stream, so we should be finishing, but
Sorry.
I don't have any hold music, but that's okay.
Should I just yell from the toilet?
No.
Can you hear me? Help!
Gino, I'm so upset that you don't know who the Wiggles are. That's really upsetting to me. I'm so sorry for your loss. 10 minutes before the end. No, Schmick, we're going to need probably longer than 10 minutes, I reckon. We are not even halfway through the crisis plan, but we're going to get there. How's everyone else going with theirs? Is anyone doing the crisis plan with us? Tipsy, we can watch Hunt for the Little People together. I would love that.
I'm sorry.
Have we started? Yes, we've started, Max.
I held
you
it for as
start.
long as I could, and I just couldn't anymore. I was like, it's gonna come out.
You've said it. I'm like,
You need to pee now? Go.
not yet, not yet.
Oh, I feel so much better. I've peed a lot today.
Yeah, I'm usually a cup girl, but I've gotten this Yeti mug that that I got given at work. They're very expensive, but the brand came and did a talk and gave us this, and it's huge. And I keep making very large cups of tea in it. And it's a problem. I've probably had like 2 liters of tea today.
Did I
You
talk?
okay?
Yeah, Simon had me us playing, and it was coming through. I was like, "Who's talking? Am I talking?"
How's Harley going?
How can I pee so fast?
Seems like he's upright.
How's he going?
Yeah, he still seems just a little bit sort of out of it.
Why don't you lay down, baby?
I think his eyes are a little bloodshot too.
Give me a quick one. Hang on one sec.
No.
Show me your eyes. Nah,
No?
really? No.
It was just from his...
No.
Sorry, just sort of weird.
I think he's just, he did this, remember at home in Melbourne, this is what he would do. He would go outside and he wouldn't move and he'd just be like, Because I think he just gets overheated. And he's giving me that funny, why don't you lay down? Lay, bubby. Lay down. Lay down. That's a good boy. Yeah, I think he's probably just got some gut stuff. I think he's just,
Yeah.
Really?
Hot and bothered.
Maxie, who the hell doesn't know who the
Maxie.
Wiggles are? This Wiggle. I pee so fast because I literally I run to the toilet and I unbutton and start to right until I'm like, I'm getting ready on the way to the
Power
toilet. And thank you. That's what I call it. Power pee. It's you just push all the efforts, just goes.
When you hold it, like the thing is, we don't notice our bodily requirements that much. So by the time we need to go, it's like I have to go. We're
right
piss
now.
girls. We've been through this. you've got to go then and there, and so it's like very sorry everyone, it's high pressure, it's quick and fast.
It's like, it's the equivalent of going to like the car wash and you have that last final high pressure wash.
Yeah. With a high pressure wash. Missing Granny. No, he misses Auntie Mel.
He's missing.
I was there last.
Yeah.
Right.
He's in withdrawals now. Movies.
Yeah.
So I said,
We're going to do...
Oops, sorry,
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, you're okay. I forgot you were still doing that bit.
I'm trying to figure out whether, like, in one of those this is the problem with me when it comes down to being in one of those in a mental crisis, in a meltdown, is it's usually spurred on right before I need to be somewhere or leave the house. Because I was going to say, if I was in those scenarios, it probably would, I'm just so full of emotion that needs to come out. I probably need to like sit in the shower and cry, or go and lay in bed with a bucket of ice cream and watch like The Notebook or something, or like, Serendipity, or one of those films that I can just cry and just let it get out of my body. Or listen to freaking John Mayer's Any Given Thursday full live album. But that would probably be what would help me and calm me down. But the problem is when I'm in a meltdown, I have to be someone. I don't have the time to do those things.
That's okay.
So I don't know what else.
Write that down anyway. Put those albums down and put the movie down, because I'm not always going to be in a situation. It's about like having something, but if you can.
Yeah.
Not all of these coping techniques are going to be...
Where did it go?
...available or, like, easy to do. But, like, it's more about having the option there if it's available to you and taking what you can out of it.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what other people have put down for their answers to this, if chat is doing this along with us. Bawling doesn't always help. I'm a crier, but I'm not a crier in a crisis.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I, Simon?
In a crisis, you get angry. More so.
Yeah.
It's anger and frustration. You'll maybe cry later.
I'll cry after. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get angry when I'm in a meltdown because I'm so frustrated with myself that I can't do the thing.
Yeah, I'm a crier, but for me, crying comes like before I've hit a crisis. Like, cry is not my crisis point. Cry is my sad. It's not my crisis. I don't cry in a crisis. I don't cry, like, didn't cry when my friend died. Like,
Actually, that's a good sign that I'm in a crisis. Is I exit the situation. I should probably put that in an action, because that's I'll just be like, I'm out, bye, and then she's in full meltdown mode.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not one of those
I'm
either.
definitely a crier. I cry a lot, but I cry more. I think my cry is more anxiety than it is meltdown. In a meltdown, I just get in a bother. I can't actually output any of that emotion, and I think that's actually why it snowballs, is because I can't output the emotion. And maybe that's an autism thing. But I can't like outlet my emotions. Which is often, I think, why I will call you.
Yeah.
Like, just to have it, and if I talk, then like I have that little cry, and that actually prevents a meltdown. It's like a coping technique. So maybe that's one of my coping ideas, because it's like I just need to like verbalize what I'm feeling, and I can't do that just to myself. And I don't have assignment, and so I'm like, I just need to like get this out so that it doesn't rot or manifest in me. Deer in the headlights when you're overwhelmed. Yeah, I get you, Buggles. I'm the same.
I think Notebook and Crazy Beautiful are have always been two movies I've watched a lot, and probably because of how you relate. Like, I think Notebook because Ryan Gosling does that whole, like, when they're constantly
Gosling or Reynolds, because I can't talk. He came up. So I was on. What's his wife's name? What's the one with the wife who's friends with Taylor Swift?
Huh?
Reynolds.
Blake
Reynolds is
Lively.
married to
Reynolds.
Blake Lively, thank you.
Gosling is married to
I was on
Edel.
her Instagram last night, and he was on there, and I'm like, that's not him. Surely that's not him. I can't tell them apart. Even last night, I'm like looking at comparison photos. I don't know what it is. I cannot tell the Ryans apart. Like I used to mock. There's Julian Solomita, who is the husband of Jenna Marbles, can't tell Julia Roberts, Anne Hathaway, and someone else apart.
Because they got big lips.
And I always went, that's ridiculous. They're so distinct.
Yeah,
I can't tell the Ryans apart. I got nothing.
Was it the other ones like Scarlett Johansson or like...
No, it was Julia Roberts, Anne Hathaway, and... I'm going to Google it. Hang on.
There are 2 Ryans? Yep. Listen, happened. Things are bad. I'm not crying. Shit's really bad. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock was the other one.
Really?
Yeah.
Completely different.
And I always thought that was insane.
Completely
but now
different.
I'm realised I can't tell the Ryans apart. I'm like, oh God.
Wow.
Thank you, Tempsy.
No, Gosling has a bit more of I almost think a lot. Okay. Ryan Reynolds has a goofier face, as in he's very attractive, but he's a dork. He's a jokester. Gosling's more of very. I look at him and I think he's funny, but he's very more serious and he's a bit more of a longer face, I think, and a bit because he played bad guys at the beginning of his career until he got Notebook, and then he was a lot more.
I've never seen.
Yeah, it's hard for differentiation when you haven't seen
The only
those.
Ryan I've seen in a movie was in La La Land. That's the only
That's
time
Gosling.
I've seen one of the Ryans.
That's Gosling.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you which one. I couldn't remember. I was only watching that film for Emma. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I get Emma and I get her and someone else confused. I always freaking forget who it is that I get
Isn't
her confused
there 2
with.
Emmas? Emma Stone and
Emma
there's
Watson.
another Emma who's a ginger. No, it was Emma. Anyway, my facial recognition is apparently not that good.
But Ryan Gosling in Notebook, which is I think one of the first ones that he actually played a sweet character, he was the romantic and waited around forever. They fight. Their relationship is they fight, they make up. They always fight. That's what they do. And he's like, but I want to work on this forever. There's a scene when they're younger, 17-year-olds, and they're fighting, and he does that when he starts just doing like this, and she's like, oh, stop it, you're being ridiculous, kind of thing. And so I'm saw that in him, and I was like, I get you, and it's such a sweet because they are different, and they are incompatible yet so compatible at the same time, and it all ends sweet and you cry. And I think that's a movie that really hits home for me. I think probably for we freezed up. I say, staring, yeah. Yeah. I'm in it for Emma too. I don't get the hype of Ryan Reynolds. Maxwell, Lavinia Horn, how dare you? How dare you? We got to watch all the Deadpools. And Van Wilder. Oh my God, Van Wilder. Are you shaking your head? What are you shaking your head at?
No.
Maxwell, Lavinia Horn. And the other one is Crazy Beautiful because again, I think she has, she's erratic and self-doubt and self-loathing, and he finds a sweet guy that comes along and he's just sticks with her because he just, and she's depressed, she suffers depression and has a lot of trauma, and it just, and she talks about how she forgets, she said at one point, she goes, I sometimes forget to breathe, and, but he brings me down. I'm like, oh, such a relief movie for me. We should watch that. It's so good.
So,
that's it.
Have you put those on your list?
I did.
Good.
TV show.
What did you have for music?
Maya, Any Given Thursday. It's my go-to.
Sorry,
always.
I can't see your plan.
That's okay.
I'm just watching Stream Together.
Oh yeah.
TV show.
I just don't try to feed Ryan Gosling cereal. What? I don't get it. I'm a crime documentary girl. Oh, I am now as well. I'm full into those. Oh, I love them. TV show.
I actually can't watch those anymore because I found that they made my mental health much worse. I used to fall down like rabbit holes, and suddenly I'm like reading about 9/11 phone calls and stuff, and it got pretty dark, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling anxious, weird, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, fair. And so true crime did the same. Like, really freaked me out after a while, and so I just like now don't let myself go through that. Even though I like really like it, I realized I liked it for the dopamine rush it would give me, but that wasn't positive dopamine. It was making me feel really bad.
Wow, yeah. That's interesting. Because that's, I think, I've talked about that before, about how I just had one of my big, like, breakdowns was watching, like, the zeitgeist things and finding out that people are shit and corruption and all the way the world works. And that was... Yeah. But, like, yeah, the crime... I didn't really even think of that those crime shows, because I'm super interested in, like, figuring out what makes people tick. Like, what's the root... Like, there's more to it. People do these heinous things, but it's not just because they're evil. There's what's in the core of it. I never actually thought that was, like, a dopamine hit thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's not good for me.
It's a hunting dopamine.
Like, we're watching...
And I found that, like, while it would give me dopamine, it was making me anxious, and it wasn't like, I know all dopamine's dopamine, but it was also making me feel bad.
Yes.
It's like the same way that people with ADHD are very prone to like gambling addictions or shopping compulsively or like things that are damaging for you but make you feel good in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alcohol, drugs.
All the above.
Skydiving, risky behavior.
What do you mean skydiving is not risky? It's awesome. Done it twice.
Terrible.
Sounds like something who likes risky behavior would say. I would never skydive. I've said that I would skydive if I find out that I'm terminally ill. That's the only time.
I loved it.
I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
I'm actually not scared of the jumping out of the plane bit.
That's not. There's no. I had a split second.
I'm scared of the plane.
Well, I'll tell you what you'll be scared of is when you're a tandem person that's strapped onto you goes, oh, you see that little spot down there? And you go, yeah. And they go, oh, that's where someone didn't make it. But don't worry about that person. I'm like...
Yeah, thanks for that.
But I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, again, I've watched too many base jumping documentaries about guys dying. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So about
TV shows. My automatic go-to, I'd say, can easily say, is like How I Met Your Mother. Like... It's so, it's funny, and that gets me light. Yeah. It gets me. It's just, and it's like the light, quirky, funny, unique, like humor, ingredients mixed with like romance. Like it's romantic, and it's like it's got guts to it. It's a bit of both, and it just But so many so many great like little. What do you call it? Like cults, almost like cult-worthy
cult classic,
lines, and like if someone's watched it, you say something and like they know exactly what you're talking about. Like it's so many great one-liners that come back.
That's me with Friends, which I'm currently rewatching again. Because why would I watch something new when I can just rewatch the same 3 things?
Yep. I really want to go back.
I don't have to make a decision about what to watch.
Yep. I really want to go back and rewatch, like, because I never actually saw the end of Dawson's Creek. I never saw the last season. I can't remember why. That's one I'd love to go back. Or the OC. That's another one that I never watched the end of. Great classics. Classic teen, young adult shows. What's my safety person should know?
So in this, I've put just like, it's a general message to your safety person. So I'll read what I've got so far to you, and that might help. But it's like things to do, things not to do. It's more general than just the coping ideas. It's just more like an insight, like into things to be aware of. So I've written, I will not be able to discuss things rationally with you. No matter what you say to me, I will have a retort that may not make sense to you, but it cannot be rationally calmed down. Physical touch can help me, and being held may help calm me down, but I also might just need to be left alone. Fixing whatever triggered my meltdown is unlikely to make me feel better. Focus instead on the physiological symptoms and how these can be eased. I am feeling very critical of myself and like I have no worth, and you telling me otherwise will not make me feel better.
Yeah. That's a big thing, isn't it? It's like people always think that saying, you look, this happens a lot with so many, he's like, you look good in any thing that you're wearing. Even, I know that him saying even if it's coming like, which one should I wear? I'll have a reason for why that one might not be, and why would you choose that over this one? It's not rational, and even though it's like that's not going to help me, it's the help that I think I want. I'll be given, but it doesn't actually soothe it, because in the back of my head I'm like, but you're only saying that because of XYZ, or you want me to hurry up and just snap out of it. And it's funny that how it's the most rational things aren't, don't translate, I guess. So isn't that funny that the resolution to your problem that you're in the meltdown over is probably not the thing that's going to help? It's not, even if you fix it, you're too far gone.
And I've also just fixed at the end, this is not your fault. You did not do anything wrong. My feelings are not a reflection of you or my love for you, and I appreciate you trying to help me.
That's great.
Because I know in that period, it's like if all the it can feel like I'm mad at you, and this is your fault, and you can't make me feel better, and I don't believe you, and how frustrating is it that I don't believe you, and it's got nothing to do with you. I'm like, I mean, I don't want to discredit that it's upsetting or hurtful if I'm not listening or I'm arguing, but it has nothing to do with you. Like, it's not, because it's not your fault.
Yeah.
In the same way that it's not my fault.
Exactly. That's. I think I've already got a couple of coping ideas and things that can help for me. It's that whole, avoiding trying to find a resolution to the problem. Like you said, I think Dan said this, the other week when we talked about it. One of the things that might actually settle me down is to just grab me and hold me, and just, that's actually, you've done that to me before.
Yeah.
Haven't you? Yeah. Now that I think about it, when I've been like...
It is one of the most helpful things for me, genuinely. It's like the one thing that really helps me.
Yeah. Does anybody else in the chat feel the same? Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. I just also added where I've said, like, telling me good things about myself probably won't help. I've written, nonetheless, it can be helpful to have reminders of times where people said things about me that were nice, kind, or complimentary. I find this grounding because I can't be discredited. So for me, like, the thing that helps me most as someone who doesn't have a physical person living with me is that verbal reassurance.
Yeah.
And like having messages, I'll quite often, I don't know if you've ever done this, I go back and like read through messages where someone said something, or we've had a conversation where I'm like, it cannot be discredited. This person cares about me, likes me, has said something nice about me, gave me a genuine, not just like you're lovely, but you're really smart because you did this thing kind of compliment, where it's like, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And I find that grounding.
Yeah.
In the same way that a hug is like that very grounding thing because you feel it.
Yeah.
That's another alternative way, is reading back on things, like watching old like VODs and things like that, where I've had conversations with people, helps me sometimes, because I'm like, well, I can't argue with that. Like, because I can see the conversation and the tone and the emotions that were happening during that helps me. So I've added that too, because it's not like a specific coping idea, but it's kind of indicative of where I'm at and the kind of things that help ground me back to reality, because I'm not in reality when I'm in a meltdown. It's not rational. Yeah,
definitely. I think that's going to have something. Yeah, you I don't know. That may work against me personally. I start to think of things like, if I see that, I'm always going to make an excuse in the back of my head as to why that might not be, that emotion was for that place and there, and then things might be different. Now, I have that problem in my own brain where I always do that, where I'll be like, but hang on, but this and this, and they might have been doing this because, like, I think you mentioned something about when you're signs that your own thoughts for things. But even like where it's, I think I'm more of needing the physical, because like you said, I'm
definitely more physical.
Yeah, I'm the one that does when I'm in meltdown. Like I'm the signs that I'm having. Like you said, you're not. You're more of an internal one. I'm like I need almost the push against, not the push against, but like we said, like Buggles has said, how good are squeeze hugs. When I'm in one of those, like I'm just physically, it's coming. Like I need to punch something, and Simon just grabs me and holds me. It's like almost like my body is being. I'm still getting that from being having him force me to resist against. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
If someone stop.
I do.
Yeah, I'm getting that out, but then it's all out, and I'm just like in his arms, and just like it brings me back.
Yeah.
I guess
it's grounding. It's like brings you back to reality, because it's like, one of those therapy techniques is named like 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell, you know, like those kind of like grounding techniques. I think the physical is definitely better for me, but I'm also mindful as someone who lives alone.
Yeah, of course.
That I'm not prone to reach out and be like, can you come over? Like when I was really in crisis and you were like, I'm sending you food, and I'm like, no, it's fine, I'm fine. The reality is, if you'd not done that, I wouldn't have eaten.
Yeah.
Like I just wouldn't have. But I'm not going to ever ask for help. And so for me, it's about calm me, knowing that something practical that I'm not going to have if I'm in that situation by myself. And so it's being pragmatic to my context.
Yeah, of course.
The reason I find the reading back through text or watching videos or like things like that helps is because it's less actually about what the other person's saying and more about, I'm like, okay, rational Mel, who was calm and I trust her, thought that was fine.
Yes.
If rational me wasn't questioning it, then me in crisis doesn't feel like she needs to, because I trust rational Mel.
Is it part of reading positive words and like, so obviously if you know you're in your own head and you're criticizing, you've got negative thoughts, that reading, it's like the, what do they call it, like the you know when you look and you say I am this, and it's like that like
an
affirmation stuff, but also like, you know, just reading the positive things might help the chemical, like your brain lean more, like get out of that negativity. I don't know, is that do you find that helps in that way?
It's just grounding. It discredits my negative thoughts. It discredits the irrational things that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't even have to be something particularly, it's not going to be like, wow, hi Mel, I love you, you're the best, you're so pretty, you're so smart. It can just be genuine, just chat. Because to me that's going, this person wouldn't be talking to me if they don't like me.
Correct. Yeah.
So sometimes while like having nice things to read helps, and actually one of the things that I used to go back through was a kudo board someone did for my birthday like 4 years ago, and I don't read it as much anymore because none of those people are my friends anymore, but like something like that where it's just like they would not have done this if they did not like you.
Yeah.
Like it's those things where it's like not something I can argue with. I'm like, someone who doesn't like me would just go, can't be bothered.
Yeah. And
that would be fine. And so it depends, but I find that just grounding, and maybe it's not the healthiest coping technique because it does rely on other people, but you know, it helps.
Yeah.
And I just, I find it grounding. It's all about finding ways to ground yourself back to reality, because nothing in a meltdown is based in reality, really.
Yeah. Good point. That's a good point. My brother is usually the person I chat to, and he got be ranting about someone who was annoying me once when I was spiraling, and it actually helped me. He got you ranting? Got you ranting about something. Yeah. Interesting. I've been watching Joe Dispenza. Who's Joe Dispenza?
Don't know.
Joe Dispenza. I'll have to look into that.
But yes, so that's a safety person stuff. Have you filled out some of yours?
No. And I'm probably going to do something like that.
Simon.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to do something like some of the rest of that in my own time, because I think I need to sit and think about a lot of these. I think I'm probably going to go back and change a lot of them.
Yeah.
But it's, I think one of these things is a work. I love what you wrote though. It's very, and I hope you heard that, didn't you?
Well,
I can read it again if you need me to, because I've definitely added to it.
It's so, read it again, because I'm really into what you said. I think it's very positive.
Hey, Lynn.
It's a good idea.
How you going?
Hi, Lynn.
Well, I mean, the good thing was, like, you were talking, so I wrote mine while you spoke. So it's, it's hard to write these things during a like this context, which is again like my thoughts, feelings, and actions. I will go back and add to, and obviously share post haste, because I mean, I'm happy to share mine. So under my safety person should know, I've written, I will not be able to discuss things rationally with you, no matter what you say to me. I will have a retort that may not make sense, but I cannot rationally be calmed down. Physical touch will help me, and being held may calm me down, but I might also just need to be left alone. Fixing whatever triggered my meltdown is unlikely to make me feel better. Focus instead on the physiological symptoms and how those can be eased. I'm feeling very critical of myself and like I have no worth, and telling me otherwise will not make me feel better. I probably won't believe you. Nonetheless, it will help me to have reminders of times where people have said things about me that were nice, kind, or complimentary. I find this grounding because it cannot be discredited. This is not your fault. You did not do anything wrong. My feelings are not a reflection of you or my love for you, and I appreciate you trying to help me.
Control C, Control P.
Did you just copy and paste to Simon? in real life.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Did I?
Just print it out and stick it on him and walk away.
It's like that. It's just it says basically and I think I wouldn't be surprised if most people would say they would agree
similar.
on the same level. It's very, very on, very on.
Mine's not written to a specific person either. Like, I think it's, I tried to write something that was general to whoever ends up with this, because I really don't actually, I couldn't tell you who I would pick as my, like, I don't have a clear say, like, usually my safety person is me. Yep. Hi, I'm the safety person, it's me. I deal with almost everything by myself.
Yep. But I try to, and I'm not very good at it.
No, me either. I'm not good at it, but
I think you
better at that than asking for help.
But I think you don't give yourself enough credit for that. I think you handle yourself very well. And this is why, honestly, I
handle myself intrinsically, and that's the difference. You don't see
true
what's got, like, and that's not trying to discredit myself, but a lot of my crisis happens internally. I don't output it.
Yes.
It's very obvious if you know what you're looking for. I can see it. I find watching Twitch VODs very interesting because I'm like, oh, I was not well there. Even though it might look really normal, I'm like, I was not good.
Yeah.
Hello. What are you doing? Can I help you? Sorry, my legs are being climbed by angry 7-week-old kittens.
Yeah.
Hello from Costa Rica.
Oh, nice. Hola. How's the weather this time of year in Costa Rica? I feel like I'm still learning you. I'm still learning you. I think I'm picking up on something.
Why did your body is a wonderland come into my head when you said that?
We got the afternoon. You got these
I only know the chorus
of two. What? I changed the lyrics.
It's fine by me. You are, but like the things, but I also don't tell people very often what the signs of me being in crisis are, because I don't want people to know. I mean, that's the whole point. But it is like the stuff I mentioned about the being very self-critical but jokingly.
Yeah.
Dropping hints that I'm not well. Like I do that. Yeah. I'm like,
you make a joke of all.
Busy day. The only thing I've eaten today is coffee. Haha.
Yep. Is that's
no, look after yourself? And I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Bye.
Yep.
Now they're worried about me. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot. Homer into the hedge, like disappear.
Yep. And that's
I've
such
made
a
everyone
big
worried
thing.
about me. Goodbye.
Yep.
Tempty nose.
I feel like a lot of people, like especially in entertainment industry, do that. And I think people. This is why I think people got so kind of shocked to know that I've suffered major depression for a very long time, and that what they see, and even the things where I was like I was always late, like getting on a stream, or I'd be something and people are like, oh, it's just hurry up, Erin, hurry up. But it's like they don't actually see what's going on off screen. And then when people found out and we started talking about all this stuff, and it's like I'm having a full meltdown crying like in a ball on the floor. Like you're not seeing this. I'm not just being lazy and like I can't be bothered. It's so much, there's so much more fucked up stuff going on in my head. And people were surprised by that. And I had a point. What was my point? Fuck, I forgot. I was talking, we're getting back to this.
Just that because you're an actor, like you have that acting performer background.
Then you come on and it's like, whenever there's something going on, it's like when people go, oh, how you going? I'm like, oh, living the dream. Like, that's like usually
it's the same thing.
I'm not doing well. Like, but you make a joke of everything and you turn it and you poke fun at yourself and like, throw yourself under the bus in a joking way and people laugh and it's all like, haha. It's almost like, like you punish yourself. Yeah, you try and be honest, but I'm also like trying to make people laugh because I want them to be happy and I don't want them to feel bad about me. But at the same time, I'm telling them what's wrong. Like, it's almost
like a cry for help.
Yes.
Like in a very roundabout way. Like sometimes it is for me and sometimes it isn't. But at times it's definitely like please reach out to me and message me. Please talk. I need someone because I don't have someone. I don't have like a, for better or worse kind of person in my life. I'm okay with that. To be honest, I'm good. But like it's I don't necessarily always have that person. And sometimes I'm like, I just really need someone to talk to, and not about the problem. Like, I don't need to traumatize. I just need to talk.
Yeah.
I just need to chat, like company, because I isolate myself quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. But don't feel.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't need to like. And I'm not. This is. I don't mean this to sound like I'm extremely grateful for Simon. We are like two peas, and he's like I say, he's a Vegemite to my toast. But not having your person isn't always. And I think I heard this on the radio. I think they were talking about the ADHD stuff on the radio not long ago, and they brought this up, and I was like, exactly. They said sometimes your partner's not actually the best person to talk to you about this stuff, because you know that they love you and they're always going to want the best for you, and they're going to reach out to you and they're going to be there for you. It's outside of that when it's like people that, you know, you're not that he's ever going to be dishonest, but he's sort of biased because he only sees the best in me. So it's the outside of that. It's like he could tell me I look great, and I'm like, yeah, you're going to say that because that's what you see because you love me. But what are the 500 other people going to think at the pub that walk past me, thinking, oh, she looks like a dickhead? Sometimes it's not always, you know.
I should say what I mean by that is someone who's like, it's more a convenience thing, right?
Sure.
Because they're there.
Yeah, yeah.
As opposed to me, like, I physically have to reach out and like ask for help because no one is here to see it.
Yes.
That's more what I mean. And so I certainly don't, like, you know, I'm not trying to discredit or say that your partner is like the one person you should ever talk to. I more mean the convenience piece of
how to reach. Did you say because cat?
It's a kitten.
Like, and cat.
Pumpkin Spice has entered the chat,
and that's a and I feel like I feel it's such a blend. Like ADHD people are suffering from depression as a result of the ADHD that's not being, you know, tended to. And it's that guilt of, we've talked about that before, about how there's a lot of guilt. We suffer from the guilt of being burdens on other people. And it's the, I'm not okay, but I don't want people to know that I'm not okay because I don't want them to feel bad for me and feel like they can't help me, and then put them in a position where they feel like they're obliged to come and help me and they don't really want to, or I'm ruining their day. And then how's that going to make me feel when they don't show up? Like when they say, oh, I'll come over, and then like, oh, I can't now.
And I'll
then
be disappointed
because they don't give a shit.
Hurt me. But it's also that I don't think we're close enough for that. I don't even know if they even like me. Is this parasocial? Do I think that they're my friend, but they're actually not? They
can send you on a spiral in itself.
If I tell them about this, they're not going to want to be my friend because I should be, like, my perception in a lot of friendships is that I just need to, like, give 100% of me all the time and take nothing. Because if I take anything, then they're not going to like me anymore because I'm not worthy of it. So that's like a big part of my social anxiety, and I will always be the one to listen to people in crisis at my own detriment. So, yeah. Yep. Sorry, I got distracted. Venezuelas, I'm very sorry. We don't speak Spanish. Or Portuguese. I'm so sorry. I'm going to...
Having friends around the world is great for having people I can talk to anytime I need to. I agree. Yeah. And this is where I think, and we've, it's even the, oh, thank you for gifting a sub, you know, that's pretty, that's very kind of you. Appreciate you. Thank you. And this is almost where I think where the online community really has grown, obviously, because, and we've talked about that. I'm trying not to go back, but I can't help it. Like, there's so many, like, it's feeling more comfortable sometimes, opening up to people that you may not have met IRL. You can help you feel, which is why obviously doing this, I hope that sometimes if people are struggling, or if you want to, you know, contribute to the chat, you may feel a bit more comfortable doing so before, you know, and make that as a step towards opening up to somebody close to you, in your IRL life, in your virtual. We are here to, you know, discuss these things and shine a light on it. And for people who are in a situation where they don't know how to open up. Yeah. Don't know what else I was going to say. But yeah, I think you definitely don't give yourself enough credit to the...
Still, yeah. Thank you.
You don't give yourself enough credit for the incredible person you are, so...
Yeah.
And this stream wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Mel going, okay, I've done this. I spent 8 hours doing a crisis plan. Whilst I'm going, I spent 4 hours doing a friggin' post and it's still not goddamn right. And I've just posted it 5 minutes before we were going live. Fuck.
I mean, that's fine. I was in bed until 20 minutes before, which is why I messaged you, being like, I should get out of bed, huh? How are you going? What are you doing?
I'm like,
Maybe let's bond.
Canva, asterisk.
But we also know that Mel can't deal with a compliment. We've gone through this many times on my stream. There is a rule.
No.
Compliments are not allowed on my stream. If I'm on the camera, no compliments. They're allowed when I'm not on the camera because then I can react to them
Mel,
in my own uncomfy way. That's the rule.
Your
The
hair.
rule was agreed.
Your hair is looking lovely today. Accept my say I accept your compliment.
I will not.
Say I accept.
Because I'm uncomfortable.
Melanie, don't make me call you by your full name.
You won't, because then we'll have a real problem.
Just one time.
Okay, but then I'll tell everyone your middle name.
All right, Mr. Quiet over there, pipe up. Melanie, no comment.
I also have no comment.
Ooh.
Right, so that's the end of the podcast, everybody. Have a good night. See you next week. I'm so uncomfortable. Can we move on?
Yes. This is
Great.
how I
bad coping ideas.
Would you like to know an uncomfortable thing? I made a call to the RSPCA Wildlife Rescue today and left a really awkward message after being on hold for about 20 minutes.
About the possums?
Yeah. Yes.
Good.
I got real awkward because I was like, I started calling the possum he, and then I was like, or maybe she. And then I defaulted to, because I was like, I don't actually know if it's a boy or a girl. So I was like, he, she, or I don't know, gender neutral. And then I continued, I'm like,
gender neutral possum pronouns.
I just was like, what? Yeah.
No, Tempsy, no, it's not. No, we've been through, it's not allowed when I'm on camera. I don't like it.
So there you go, that's something more uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
That's okay, don't worry. You weren't the person on the other end of the freaking RSPCA line listening back to this voicemail having to call me back.
I feel like I can one-up you for uncomfortable situations on the phone to wildlife carriers this week. After the whole, hi Wildlife Victoria, it's me, I've got this bird, never mind, it's dead. And the lady's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
She's like, you seem very okay with this. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, have a nice day, goodbye. And then just like...
Tears.
Yeah. Can't let the wildlife lady know that I'm having emotions over death.
Buggles. Wow. I wish you would take compliments, but she said I have trouble with compliments.
Really sweet.
So I try to take them and put them in my pocket to give to someone else. That's right. I'm like, that's cute.
That's cute.
You should accept compliments though, and here's me who never accepts a compliment. I just laugh it off all the time. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I appreciate them. It's just I either don't believe them or don't. Again, it's like getting a gift. I'm like, I don't know how to respond, being humble while also being thankful.
Right.
I hate it. I blush and it's uncomfy and I don't like it.
It's tall poppy syndrome in Australia. Like, that's the thing. It's like in America, it's like you compliment people and you're like, right, like, who is it? Kylie Minogue said something about it recently. She was like, in America, people are all like, you can go to someone and be like, I'm going to be a millionaire. And they're like, yeah, right on. Good for you. Go for gold. Do you do. You come to Australia, you tell someone that and they like think you're a fucking idiot and will try and tear you down. If you say, I'm going to do this and you have self-confidence and you're like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be a thing, they're like, you arrogant little shit. Like, and then they try and fight you, like, so that you don't get that thing, so that you're not self-fulfilling what you want to do. It's messed up. And I think that contributes to it, with us having trouble to accept compliments.
And I think it's hard for women as well because we're told to take compliments, but then when we take them, we're told that, we shouldn't. And like, there's that little bit of like humility in women. But then also like, it's something that I had to work really hard at. And I know a lot of women who haven't gotten there. In another woman's success is not a threat to me.
Yeah.
I should be able to celebrate the success of other women because we're pinned against each other for our whole lives. And I think it's something particularly for women. I know, beautiful nail polish, everybody. I'm sitting here painting mine, which is probably what's started that comment. But knowing that the success of another, like, getting that out of my system is probably the best thing for my mental health that ever happened. I don't feel any competition with other women anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, you did something incredible. Go you. You go. And I can identify in myself when I'm getting that way, where there's a bit of bitterness or jealousy, and I'm like, fuck that right off, because her success has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I think some people...
and that's a very high school thing.
Yes, agreed. I think it can be masked sometimes. I try not to... I know that when we nitpick at people, it's usually a reflection on what you're feeling in yourself. And I think I try not to like criticize people like that. I used to like I always talk about my early 20s when I would do that. And I realized later in life that I'm doing that because I was so self-conscious in myself. I still am, but I recognize it now that it's not someone else's. If someone else is pretty or this, it's insecure. That's my own. And I have to deal with that.
I still see that, in some women I know, where I'm like, wow, she is just talking herself up and tearing other people down. I'm like, she's really insecure and she never got out of that. And I feel like I now can feel empathy for that.
Yes.
I'm not angry about it. I'm just like, that really sucks for her, because I know how shit that feels.
Yes.
How shit for her that she still has that level of insecurity
to like
in her system.
Yeah.
That's how she's feeling. I'm like, that's just really,
Yeah.
You're right, Lynn, and part of it is, again, kind of like so what Lynn has said is that sort of she feels the same about not feeling comfortable in their body, and I get that, and I agree. The thing for me as well is that anything that someone compliments me on, my brain automatically thinks of 5 rebuttals to. And so I'm just like, I want to say thank you, but how do you say thank you when all I'm going is bullshit? And it's not because of you, it's because of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you for thinking that about me, but you're wrong. You just don't see it.
Yeah.
It's like when someone's like, oh, I have feelings for you. And I'm like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
If you knew, you would not have feelings for me. I can guarantee you. I tell you for free that if you really knew, you wouldn't feel that way. It's like that kind of thing. And I'm like, I appreciate your compliment, but it's not rooted in fact. You've got no idea about me. I'm the worst.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm being climbed. My legs are being climbed by tiny kittens, and it hurts, which is why I keep going, ow, ow. Calm down.
I was gonna say on that note, because we're probably getting. I'm trying to be conscious in going. You know what, Erin? Stop talking, because I could talk. I could talk about I could feed feet. I was like, can I tell you what I was gonna say? But I just want to make a point in saying that I'm only saying what I was going to say out of a point for a giggle. This is not to be taken as I said it, okay? If this could be bleeped out, it will be. So don't hold it against me. I was going to say I could feed off you all night.
Yeah, you could. You, me, a loaf of bread, some sriracha hummus. By the way, I thought I bought that sriracha hummus, and I didn't. I bought smoky, other spicy hummus, and it was very upsetting. Maxi Waxy. Welcome to Awkward Time with Erin and Mel. I eat this whole podcast.
As I was about to say it, I heard it in my brain, and my brain went, no. It actually interfered for
I'm proud of you.
One of the only times ever.
Growth.
Because my point was that feeding off, as in bouncing back and forth, not, fucking hell.
Feeding off me and bouncing on me? Oh, Erin.
All the above.
Don't blame me. Tempsy. Also, Max being a mod is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, because I want to delete everything he writes all the time.
Just do it.
I can't.
Max, it's your own fault. Oh, because you don't. Can't we give you superior mod power?
No.
Super mod.
Unless I log in as you.
We should have a super mod option.
What did you call me, Max? You missed a letter out of my name there. There's an L. Wait.
Ultramod.
Ultramod. Make me an editor, but it still doesn't mean that I can time out Max. It just means I can change the title when Simon leaves it as IRL gig.
Oh, we did do that.
Did we do that? Did we already fix that for you?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Did you?
I don't know.
What do we need to do?
I wasn't there, so.
Shira
It
mod.
also means I can download VODs, which would be very helpful for social
yeah.
media purposes
Good idea.
for podcast.
Simon says he's onto it.
Supermod came with a cape. I mean, I have a safety helmet in Richard's channel.
Simon said, there you go. Just make sure you time out the right Maxi then. That's true. Maxwell?
Max. I can report him. I'm not above that.
Well, I did make the point that Maxi was only supposed to be a mod for that one time. And I told him he was getting demodded and I kept forgetting. And now it's kind of too far along.
I'll go over to, Kick and ban him there. Or, go to Simon's channel and ban him there. I can find some workarounds. I can ban him from my channel. That I don't stream from. You can do it in commands, but I don't mod Max each time. Yeah, that's okay. I can think of worse ways to spend a Sunday night. Anyway, on that note. We're going to finish this in our own time. And I would love, like I said, homework this week is to do the crisis plan and share some bits off of it if you feel comfortable. You don't have to share the whole thing by any means, obviously.
Yeah.
Share what you're comfortable with, and please don't share the phone numbers of your loved ones, or I will delete them from Discord.
It may, especially because it may help. I mean, like I said, if you feel comfortable with making people exactly. Because hearing you say some of those things really made me go, oh, sometimes you get brain fog, and it's like I can't think of what I'm like in those situations. Someone says that, I'm like, I do that, like perfect. That's that can help me. And only if, like someone else, only if you feel comfortable. Next week.
Next week.
Oh shit! Is it?
You were supposed to reach out to our guests for next week because I don't know them, so that's kind of one that I can't help you with because I famously have never spoken to them before.
Adele and Andy.
Oh, yeah.
We'll reach out to them. Yeah. When are we getting Richard on?
We can get Richard on. Speaking of Richard? Maybe.
Is that who we're rating? Is he still on?
No, he's finished.
Oh, god damn it, Richard.
God damn it, Richard.
Richard.
Where are you? Why were you on for 2 hours, Richard?
Richard, God. Richard. A. Yes. They're incredible. They popped into our stream the other week, and it was, I actually thought it was Andy, and it was Adele, and I was like, wow, like I don't get to see Adele come in chat much. Like I haven't really spoken to her a whole lot. She's lovely, and she's lovely to watch, but just hearing her say that she was relating to a lot of the things that we were talking about was really, I don't want to say the word comforting, but kind of just like, my heart opened up a bit more.
I probably shouldn't be dumping on Richard while one of his other mods is in the chat.
Yeah, technically she just didn't really start. Oh. She was talking about the other.
I was, because I dropped in and said hi to Richard in the pre-screen.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why is Richard not still on? We've only been going for 2 hours.
I was hoping you were going to say he was streaming but didn't realise he was streaming. I've done that before. I was doing a self-tape for an audition and apparently for a good half an hour and had to keep redoing it. And then we eventually got a message, like it was like, the doc was like, you're live. I'm like, what?
What?
I was like, it was because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and I forgot that I hadn't done it and it was just not going well. And yeah, and we had a raid during it as well, apparently.
Oh no. That's so funny. I've never done that.
Well, because Simon hit instead, because we're like, oh, well, we've got the OBS. We were like, it's about a year into our streaming career, I think. And it was like, he was like, oh, instead of like setting it up in a new program or whatever, we'll just use OBS because you can record, like it's already set up and you can just record. Yeah. You can record a video, not go live, but he accidentally pushed go live.
Oh, sweet summer child. It happens.
Yeah. And that was the day when he ended up doing an 18-hour stream. That's right, because I panicked.
Because you wouldn't get off.
No, I panicked. And...
You want to say that one again, Simon? I'll just add that as a quote.
You didn't hear a thing, Mel. I said nothing.
You said because you wouldn't get off.
What Simon says when he's not on the camera doesn't count? Is that the rule?
Correct.
No. Bullshit.
Correct.
You're audible.
Is immune from quotes because he's running the stream.
I'll
allow it.
So I had a meltdown over the fact that I was like, I don't know how bad my takes were. I'm like, and then we ended stream, and then I was like, oh no, there was a raid. We have to go back on because I feel bad that we haven't said thank you and like they're here. we need to at least go back on and do something. And then I ended up streaming for 18 hours.
18's the longest
What do
after.
you do?
And
Yeah.
never again.
Never again. Oh, well, I said never again then.
Never again. And then you did a subathon, so.
Yeah, never again. Thank
about
you very
Ballsmas?
much. Happy Ballsmas. Oh!
Go do your advent calendar. Go.
I completely forgot. See what happens? Oh. This is going to be such a big test and what do you call it? An exercise for Erin practicing restraint because that doesn't exist for me.
They are so good. It's been the highlight of my day is getting my little sweet Christmas advent treat.
Simon's going to get the scissors
I'm
out.
gonna have to message you every day, like, Erin, advent time.
Simon's bubbles. Simon's so upset right now. He's like,
You do really need to go and get your tree and balls.
oh yes, we tried and there were like, so we want this. There's this iridescent one and if there was wasn't any at the store we went to. And
Chopping Mentos advent calendar.
so what did you get for the? So are you going 1 to 24 or are you going 24?
I've gone 1 to 24.
Yes,
My
correct.
first one was a chopper chop, and then I've
One.
had 2 Mentos.
One is right in the middle. It looks like a chopper chop to
Pretty
me.
sure they're the same. It may just be flavour differences.
Boom, bitch!
What flavour?
Strawberry
They're the same. Strawberry and cream.
and cream. Look how little it is.
And I was so excited because it's my favourite chopper chop flavour is strawberry and cream. Second one is cola.
Really? I was not a fan of the cola.
Yeah.
I think mine's just, strawberry and cream and strawberry.
Yeah.
1.
2.
I think they've missed the 2. Oh, no,
They haven't missed the 2. It's not that I can't find it in 5 seconds. They definitely left it off.
What did you say your 2 was?
Mentos.
Multicolour Mentos? That one?
Yeah.
And 3? Is it 3? Is it 3 today?
3. Yeah. And my 3 was strawberry Mentos.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Which is exciting. We get to eat the same one together every day.
Oh, God.
And I got matching advent calendars, which is the cutest friendship thing I've ever heard of. I liked day 2 Mentos. My only upset was that there's a grape one, which means at some point there's going to be a full roll of grape Mentos, and I hate grape flavour.
Do you really?
Hate it. Can't stand grape flavour.
Wow. Not even like grape Hubba Bubba, which is the only Hubba Bubba flavour there should ever be?
I like strawberry Hubba Bubba.
Oh.
I don't like grape flavoured anything. Even like the
The rings? The lolly rings?
the Zupa Dupas. Yeah, no.
Wow.
Like even Zupa Duper grape. I don't like grape, and I don't like bubblegum flavour.
You know what? This will work for us because I love those.
Flavoured Zupa Dupas, but I like fairy floss.
All right, I can deal with this. It's fine because I'll eat them. If you get those, they're mine.
So the fairy floss Zupa Dupas I don't like because in my head fairy floss is like burnt flavour, right? Why is something burnt and icy at the same time? It's like cooked sugar flavour, like burnt sugar flavour. And I love fairy
like
floss,
salty,
but it
but that's like
shouldn't be
salty caramel.
frozen. Yeah, but I wouldn't eat a salted caramel Zupa
Really?
Duper.
Oh, super, yeah, but like you get salty and caramel. It's like that
Yeah,
weird
no.
conflict. You wouldn't eat that either.
I also don't really like fake banana flavour.
You don't like those fake banana lollies?
No.
I'm not a fan of the banana flavor things, but like the banana lollies, yeah.
I don't like those. I don't like milk bottles, and I don't like licorice.
Okay.
Bubblegum. Don't like bubblegum flavour, but I like obviously like strawberry flavoured gum. I don't like sweet mint, like mint chocolate or mint ice cream,
Interesting.
because mint is for toothpaste. This is autism stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
very much. I had a cry in the supermarket today, and this is on the topic of autism. People with autism often have specific foods, safe foods. And I'll eat other foods, but I have my go-to foods. One of them is the Trident chicken Thai flavoured noodle soup. Yours is the tea.
I accidentally put the rubbish in
But
there.
like, I'm obsessed with that because it's the only chicken noodle soup that's actually vegan. And welcome home, Shane. One of my safest foods and like something I eat all the time is the Veggie Delights Not burgers. They're like a chicken burger ripoff. They're kind of like the vegan version of those Coles brand chicken burgers, like the really cheap ones that you would get in like the very plain box. Anyway, you should try them because I think you'd like them. But I get those and I put them in the oven with 300 grams of oven fries specifically because I know how many calories is in it, and so it's like an easy dinner and I know how many calories to leave for it in a day. So this dinner is 3,100 kilojoules, which is half of my daily. I'm a dinner girl. I'm such a dinner girl because it's like I can finally sit and enjoy my meal.
Yeah.
300 grams of oven fries, 2 veggie burgers, cut up into little strips like chicken tenders, and I dip them in Nando sauce. And that's like my safe dinner. And so I went to Coles the other day and I couldn't get any. And I was like, that's fine. It's fine. This is fine. And I went there today and they still don't have them. And I'm like, what am I meant to have? Like, they keep getting rid of my safe foods. Like, I feel like all my safe foods keep getting discontinued. And it's so upsetting. They're called Not Burgers, N-O-T. Burgers from Veggie Delights. They're in the frozen section. They're like $7 for 4. And I like their others, but they're not my safe foods. And I feel like all my safe foods either now I don't eat because like I'm trying to eat healthy, and like some of my other safe foods include like Kraft mac and cheese.
Just any mac and cheese.
I know. Luxa got ruined for me.
Yeah.
Because of the incident. So it's like I feel like all of my safe foods are slowly either being discontinued or ruined. Like broccoli was in the Luxa, and broccoli is like my safe vegetable. I love broccoli, but now I can't. Like, I haven't been able to eat it without like washing it like 70 times, and even then I'm still funny and I'm finding it hard. So it's like all of my safe foods are being ruined. And so it's again, I'm like not eating. Like I had oven fries for dinner because I'm like, well, I'll have the half that I can have with Nando's hot sauce.
We'll find you.
And so it's like that's the same. I know you say that, but I promise you that I've been trying for a very long time. So anyway, but it's just one of those autistic things. It's very hard, and OCD on top doesn't make it any easier. But I know that they're available. It's just that like I can't go anywhere. Like, by the time I'm going somewhere, like my Coles is the Coles I go to. Anyway, if someone wants to send me 50 bags of Not Burgers to put in my fridge, I'll accept them. I joke. Please don't.
What are your other
Erin.
safe foods?
There's a few, like I said, the noodle soup is a big one, and I love that one because it's $1.25.
Wait, which noodle soup was it again, specifically?
It's the Trident Thai-style chicken noodle soup.
The what?
Erin, go away. Bad Erin. It's $1.25, and I love that stuff. I just buy like a box of it when I go to the supermarket, and it's like $12 for the box of 10. And I love those. They're like they've got the flat noodles in them.
Oh,
but they curl when you boil them.
Are you talking about that?
Like chewy noodles. I can't see.
Good to know.
It's vegan. It has chicken style flavoring or something, but it's like fully vegan, and it's my favorite because it's like on the stove 10 minutes, and I get a nice, yummy soup. That oven fries I mentioned. Not burgers are plant-based. Yes, they're vegan.
Are they called Veggie Delights? Veggie Delights, not burgers, is it? Oh, okay,
they're
not
so
burger.
good. They're kind of like chewy and crispy. They're incredible. They're so good. With Nando sauce. Salad sandwiches are definitely a safe food for me. I don't eat them a lot because then I have to have all of those salad ingredients, and I feel like they always go off before I can finish them, and then I feel like I'm a very bad person.
I used to have just mayo and bread.
English muffins, tomato sauce, shredded cheese in the oven.
Yes.
Like English muffin pizzas, because I buy.
Oh, you told me
English
that's what that was called.
Crumpets. I'll cut them, cut the English muffin, put baking paper between them, put them in a Ziploc, and put them in the freezer.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
So that whenever I want them, I can just put one out. Because again, I can't get through them in time. Dumplings are a safe food for me.
This is your own fault, Mel.
What? What are you doing, Erin? Erin? Shane? Sorry, I've just seen Shane's food photos from earlier, and I'm very upset. Toasted some. What the fuck was that? Erin? Oh, right. Sorry, someone also followed me and I'm using OBS as a mic source, so my follow alert went off and scared the shit out of me.
No, it's just adding quotes and you did this to yourself. Sorry.
I don't know what one I just put out.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said. Huh?
Pull one out.
Oh, that's what I meant to say, yeah.
I just
Oh, well.
put out.
Doesn't matter. That's now what you said.
Let the record show that I was misquoted. It's the record state.
I'm afraid that's what 102 quote says you said, Mel. I'm sorry. That's just what. Maybe I should.
No, it's alright. I don't mind when 100 is this.
She's gonna be deleted. Wait, you have. Oh yeah, that's right. I did say that to Bane.
I can live with 102.
Poor Bane.
Poor Bane. There's some. I can't believe we're over 100. We've got some real work to do on Dan's stream to get him to catch up.
Oh yes. Just for a random. What's a random one? What?
One of the things. So I have a streamer friend, the lovely Juices TV. Sorry, I've just given a candid shout out there. He is over 1,000, well over 1,000 quotes.
What a legend.
And one of the rewards he does for sort of, sub goals and stuff is quote reads, where his mods have to come on stream live and read 5 random quotes. And they're some of them are atrocious. To the point, one time, this poor lady showed up to the stream and sent me a message and went on this rant about how he was abusing us and how dare he get us on stream reading. I'm like, we consent to be there. I said most of these things. I added most of these quotes. And she was like, she was like, I have to save you. You blink twice if you it was she went on and I'm like, at this point, you are more of a problem to me than he is. This is it was a whole thing. But anyway, yes, my mouth ain't good for talking.
What? That's too nice. I don't remember that quote. I have an equal opportunity.
That one wins. I'm happy about that one.
Oh shit. On that note.
Oh, good.
On that note,
happy 24 days of Christmas, everybody.
Happy Advent calendar.
I love advent calendars. It's the one Christmas thing I've always done for I'm not having a Christmas tree this year because I can't be bothered and I'm not going to be here for Christmas. I usually do, but when it's my cats, I will. But there are too many cats in my house to have an advent calendar to have a Christmas tree this year. Yeah. It will cause more pain than joy.
I have an idea that I'm going to run by when we're on our stream when we're doing this in the future. Help words.
Future.
You just made me think of something because it was supposed to be Ballsmas, but I might postpone Ballsmas and do it in January, belated balls, or just do it. I'm just finding excuses because I'm stressing out.
Because typically the point of doing it in December is because there's the sub discounts at the end of December. Oh yes,
fuck, I forgot about that. Sorry, you're right. You're 100% right.
I'm always right when it comes to these things.
100%.
Wow, I'm so humble. Thanks everyone for being here. Your homework, like I said, is to share. Warning, you're autistic. Me too. Welcome. Hi.
You're in good company.
You get no warning. Come as you are.
Yeah.
As you were. As you wanted.
As you is.
Lyric wanted to be. As a friend. As a something enemy. I don't know all the words.
What?
I was quoting Nirvana.
Oh.
Come as you are.
Oh, that song. Need a friend, something about pretend. That one?
No warnings needed.
Yeah, no, you're good.
This is a podcast about neurodivergence. Where both of us are neurodivergent. Mm-hmm. Welcome in. Thank you for your first time chat.
Oh, I have an appointment this coming Thursday.
A psych appointment?
Yes. For
maybe you can look at your crisis plan.
A med review.
Med review.
Med review. See how I'm going with my
meds. We need to talk
meds.
about that.
We do?
Well, just We haven't spoken about how it's going for you. I'm just
Have
saying
we?
generally. We need to make time to chat.
Absolutely. We'll be back again next. Do you mind taking my advent for a hot minute? And then we might find a way to play our festive bingo at some point.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Festive bingo.
Morning, this girl's just crazy.
I can set up bingo for you. Not festive bingo, but I can set up bingo where we could all play.
That could be so much fun.
We should also play Erin bingo at some point.
How we play what?
Just normal Erin bingo.
What's normal Erin bingo?
Where we set up, like, you put random squares of, like, things that you do, and then we all just check it off during a stream. And whoever gets bingo wins. I'll make custom Erin bingo because I know that I can do it in a way that won't upset you.
Did you hear that?
Sorry.
We do Erin and Sai bingo.
I love that. That's brilliant.
I'll do it.
I'll tell you
Leave it
after.
with me.
It's great. That's a great idea. That's very funny.
Must bingo.
What are the chances A&A will happen next week? I'm not sure. We'll have to reach out to them and see if they're
Depends on them.
if they're available.
We will be here
Yes.
next week though. Same time.
We will still be
Hopefully
here.
we'll get our VODs up on YouTube too, so you can check those out. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Mel, as always. You are the glue to my brain.
I'm part of your tricycle.
You are part of my tricycle. Simon is the oven.
Thank you, producer Simon.
What?
The oven in which you put your buns.
Wow.
The oven too.
Why? I'm confused about how we've gotten from glue, tricycle, oven. Where does the oven come into play to the glue?
I don't know. I was just thinking of I don't know. I was thinking about glue sticking together, and then I was thinking of cakes, and then because I didn't actually tell everybody that I was thinking of where the cakes, and then he's like that. You're the ingredient that makes the cake, and then we put it in the oven. You melt it together. I don't know. My brain went there, and I didn't inform everybody else of the journey.
Make your tricycles at 180 for 25 minutes or until golden brown.
It gets Erin hot.
This is why our tricycle has 4 members, because it doesn't work with 3.
Dan's usually sitting on top.
Steering. It's got a little bell. Ding ding.
Like the ice cream man that we missed on Thursday again.
Wow.
So our tricycle being ridden by Dan with a little bell is also now an ice cream truck. It's a little trailer on the back with like choc tops. And by extent, Dan is Mr. Whippy. Is that what we've... That's what we've... New nickname.
We're gonna go in and be like, Mr. Whippy, can I please place an order?
I want to know why the combination of me and you ends up every time saying something antagonistic to Dan.
Dan's like backs away
When
slowly.
he's not been a topic of the conversation at all. We love you, Dan. I'm very sorry.
Love you, Dan.
And I'm only a little bit sorry. You can't back away. Someone's got to drive the tricycle into the oven.
If you back away, we're all fucked.
Don't back away, Dan. Please don't leave us. We
Dan,
need you.
you committed to this now. It's there's no.
Wearing green sleeves. Oh, good reference, Gherkin.
All right. Who
right.
Who are we reading? Let's see if this works today, because it wasn't working yesterday.
Is it?
Are you gonna say with the N?
Thanks, is it?
Is it THNX? No. I don't know what's happened. No, because it was mod, please.
Hang on, I can check. Like a
No,
normal
it's not that
person.
either. Mel didn't see it yet.
Jesus.
It is mod THX.
I told you.
I don't know.
Why is it not
It's in Stream Elements, isn't it? That command. Yeah.
And Stream Elements is working because of the quote bot working.
You always exclamation mark mod things, but it's not working.
We're all fired.
That's okay. Don't worry, we had this problem last night. I probably pushed the wrong button and fucking something. We're going to do this. You can literally whip it out. What was that? That's the hardest
He sure
thing.
can, because he's Mr. Whippy. I'm done. That's me. Good night, everybody. I'm here all week.
Shit.
There's no way I can be funny after that.
Thank
You
you.
gotta stop doing that. I haven't streamed for 3 weeks. At what point is it over?
Doesn't matter.
No, Mr. Whippy doesn't run, he drives.
Yeah.
Come on, Dan.
At a reasonable speed. Okay.
On a tricycle. Compiled of 3 other people. The vegan veal. Ew, no veal.
Oh god, we're out of control. Yeah, you
Alright,
do that.
we've gotten sleepy. I'm really hyperactive now, which is usually in these podcasts and I crash.
Yep.
But right now I'm like, I want to go do activities because I slept for way too long today.
Shit. Where are we going? Let's have a look. Thank you guys, everyone, for joining us. I know I've said it about I don't know how many times.
Thank you so much, guys.
We appreciate every single one of you.
Hopefully it's help people and
Yes.
that crisis plan is free to share. It is posted in our Discord. I keep saying your Discord, Erin's Simon's Discord,
Maybe we need-
Discord. You're welcome to share it. It has our watermark. Please don't remove it. Because
Don't
I
be
made
a
it and
dick.
spend a lot of time making it. I will hunt you down.
Yeah. There is no need to remove it unless you were going to try and exploit it and use it for your own like personal gain, like in terms of
Don't
bettering
sell my
yourself.
crisis
That's
plan.
fine. But yeah, for selling
Probably should
and
just put it somewhere.
they're making you.
But yes.
Don't go and make a podcast called "What You Don't See Behind Closed Doors" and then use our thing, Mel's thing. Sorry,
Yeah.
go.
That I stole the name of from my friend Gabby. But it's okay because I credit her every time and she loves it, so it's okay.
And just a side note.
But yes,
Sorry.
I love a side note.
Did I cut you off then, Mel?
no.
Sorry.
Every podcast needs a side note.
I just wanted to let everyone know. Dan. Daniel.
What you don't see behind our secret basement door.
I was just going to remind everybody that, yes, this is multi-streaming to YouTube as well. There's the address for those of you that are unsure. The VODs will be on there.
Oh, you
I think we'll put them all on there and probably not have them on our channel on here so that people can go check them out on there. What do you both think?
Sounds good to me.
Yep. So go check out the YouTube channel and give that a like or a subscribe or whatever you do over there.
Perfect.
I had to.
Trying to be serious here, Erin. Jesus.
You know I'm the not serious
Erin
one.
and I have gotten tired and silly, and so God help you. You know,
Yes.
you meant to have Dan, but Dan's busy being quoted.
Love you guys.
Oh look, I would listen to Dan's Sex Room podcast.
Yes. Oh my God, Dan.
Dan, when are you starting your podcast? We'll wait. We're gonna need a date, please.
Did you say we're going on a date?
We
I
will,
said we're
Schmick.
going to need a date
Oh,
for Dan's
I mean all that, yeah.
podcast.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I'm just gonna have a quick look and see.
I'm still being climbed.
Excuse me.
Are you adopted yet?
Erin, you're out of control with the quote.
Erin, in control? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kitty. What did Dan say? I would have to do so much research. I'm such an innocent person.
Sure. It doesn't have to only be about sex rooms, Dan.
No, it could be about,
You can talk about, I'm sure you could talk about other things.
the emotional connection.
Do you think your mum would co-host with me? She would.
She would. I don't like that idea at all.
Deb and Dan. It's perfect. D&D.
Down and dirty. Deb and Dan. Please God, no. Because I would never watch it. I don't want to be unsupportive.
You know what? I want a podcast that's Dan, but each week there's a guest and it's just someone's mum.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
That would be so funny.
Oh my goshness. Where are we going? Simon?
I don't have anyone on. Perfect. I'm into it, Dan.
Stifless. The profile could be a bustier. Profile could be a bustier with both our faces. You mean like the boob thing?
A corset? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh. What's the bustier bit? Fucking hell, you guys are the worst. Hang on. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's like that's a corset crop top thing. That's like bustier, actually. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I would love a Dan podcast though.
I would
even
too.
If it's not with your mum. Just because, Dan has the voice for radio
100% does.
and podcasting.
Without a doubt. All right. Simon, help. Are you looking?
So,
Where have you chosen?
I'm just looking.
Sunday night is...
Luna's on.
I was going to say Luna. She's got happy 6.4K hype.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, I have no one else. It's Erica Nagashima's birthday.
Is it?
I saw that too.
She's 11 and a half hours into her stream.
Holy moly. I feel like I haven't seen... So it's up to you, whatever you... I feel like we haven't been to Luna for a while. And she's such a little pocket rocket. She's so
She is.
And her setup is looking really cool. With all the balloons and everything. I've had a full-on mental blank of what her name was before, like what her name is, and they changed it. Her management changed it to Luna because they thought it was a better marketing name. And I've had a full mental blank on what it was before.
Remember.
No, it's gone. Maxie, who is... Oh, we're going to go to... I think... Did you already put Luna in?
I'm about to press enter.
He's about to press enter. Thanks again, Mel. You're an absolute champion. Go give Mel a follow. Thank you to our mods. Our mods are awesome. Thank you, producer Simon. I think you actually heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did hear the Simon being smacked in the head, affectionately.
Oh yeah, the raid calls. That's a good... They're not even working either.
Huh?
Or is it raid and then raid 1?
Yeah. Only because I don't have...
things not working?
No, I don't have StreamerBot open, which is what the raids command is in.
Yeah.
I need to put it in. Yeah.
Be good to each other. Be good to yourself.
Thanks, everybody. Do your homework.
What Mel said. We'll be back next week. 7 p.m. AEST, 8 p.m. AEDST. ADHD. I think mod thanks is StreamerBot 2. That's probably why it's not working.
Yeah.
And just a quick apologies to original Slim Shady, but to come in with an announcement for WWE fans, no.
Yeah, no, dude, that's just delete it. This has happened before. Keep it on topic because we have topics, even though I'm often go off my own topic, but we still, we don't come in solicit other things that we're not talking about. Thank you. Be good. We're about to go to Luna. Give her lots of love. We'll see you
Good
same
night,
time next
everybody.
week. We'll be back movie night tomorrow night and then on Tuesday. Bye. What a song. What a song to go in with an ADHD stream.
Hold on. We gone?